commentary box, but he said, don't edit what I'm about to say. I know this is pre-recorded. I'm not going to edit it. It's the last thing I'm going to do. Bring it on. So I knew it was coming, but I said to him, if you win, you'll look like a genius, and Pendlebury will be fresh next week. If you lose by a goal or two, it's going to come back to bite you.
I just saw a little post you put out there too from the coverage.
Yeah, that wasn't me, but it was Channel 7's account posted that.
Right. Any left field tonight? Speaking of Bix before, Horn France to me, I think, is perhaps more taggable than Zach Butters. And I threw Michael Andy up to follow him round, but you only like it in the forward line.
Well, yeah, we had a little bit of a sneak preview where Max Michaelani did that on Nasiah Wanganeen Miller. It didn't really work. I didn't feel like he looks like he's going to get the ball in the front half. He doesn't offer you anything. I would tend to go with James Peatling. I mentioned to you off air, I saw Peatling play in a final at the SCG 2 years ago. He played on Isaac Heaney. First three quarters, he kept into about a dozen disposals. Now, in the last quarter, Heaney got away, kicked a couple of goals, and Sydney won by a kick. But I just feel like they're the same physical dimensions, both 185 centimetres. He's got a bit of power about his game and some aggression. I think that might be the way you start, but I'm just not sure whether you want to go with two tags. And I probably would just go with Berry around the stoppage with Zach Butters. The other thing that will most likely happen, if you're going to put some sort of defensive mids around the stoppage, you need someone to win the footy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they push Rankin up from half forward, or they push Rochelle up to be the extra around the contest. It actually provides them with some run. Port will be happy to drop off. And then Adelaide, will they be able to use that outnumber to be able to then get out of the stoppage and maybe direct the ball to some of their key forwards?
This is the Showdown on AFL Nation for Didi. Yes, I Didi this footy season. Our commentary team today is here thanks to the Credit Union. Score more banking power. Kim Dillon, David Wildy, Kane Corns, Mark Bickley with you. We're hearing some info that maybe Miles Bergman, who's had an indifferent year so far, will go to Taylor Walker. Do you like that as a matchup? We know everyone wants to run off Taylor Walker, but I would have thought that Walker wouldn't be too upset with that matchup because he's been up against a lot bigger bodies in recent times.
I think he'd be pretty thrilled with that matchup. I think.
It depended a bit what happens up the ground.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's been, I think Lockie Jones has done the job or tried to do the job on him before. That makes me nervous.
But I think he's going to Rankin. I might be wrong.
They are undersized. There's no doubt about it. So they got the Watson matchup all wrong with Lai going to him against Hawthorn. So Jones had to roll over. Did a reasonable job, certainly better than Lai did. So maybe they do that with Jones and Rankin. But they're undersized. So Aaliyah will be Phil Thorpe. But I think Phil Thorpe will back himself in because Aaliyah will also try and come off and intercept. And then there's not a lot of height down there, is there?
No.
They're one short.
It feels like that, but Adelaide's biggest issue has been they just haven't been able to transition the ball from their back half with any speed at all to get it into Phil Thorpe in a one-on-one or a position that he can have the advantage. When they've done that and moved it quickly, or if they've won it out of the centre bounce, he looks fantastic, but that's been a bit of the Achilles heel. One, they've been dominated out of the centre square in the games they've lost, which means you lose field position, which means you have to attack from your back half, which is their Achilles heel.
Boys, what about the stat that's going around? I think Kingy might have been trotting this one out, that Adelaide's 17th or 18th in terms of metres gained with handball, and they do look slow and stagnant. The counter-argument is that, Brisbane, who's the best side in the competition, are number 3 for kicking the football, which is like Adelaide want to do, but Adelaide don't seem to get the correct field position to take advantage of the kicks.
Just like to dumb it right down early on in the year, it felt like there was like a force field through the middle of the ground and Adelaide weren't allowed to go through it. As soon as it hit the middle, it would bang, bounce off it, like bumper bowling. Like when the ball hits, you couldn't go. There was like an instruction, and we had access to Matthew Nicks a couple of times just through Channel 7. The coach is very good. We had a briefing on a Thursday over Zoom ahead of a Thursday night game that they played, and sort of asked him that it might have been the Geelong game, and he said, no, it's clearly not the instruction. So I don't know whether there's been a breakdown, Bix, and whether this happens with the coaches might believe one thing. They may think that they've sold it well enough to their players, but for whatever reason, pressure comes on, opposition scouts you, and it doesn't get done.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of things that feed into that. I don't reckon they've used the stand rule with the handball receive very well. I don't reckon that's great. But then you also look at the personnel. Hinge has hardly played. He takes the kick through the middle. Kane's exactly the same. He's fearless with his kicking. It makes you nervous sometimes, but he pulls the trigger. When you have Bond, Butts, Murray to a lesser extent, you just don't have the players.
And Laird, really.
Laird's a short kicker as well.
Laird is a short kicker, and takes it, but he's more lateral. Miller is really the only one, and a little bit of Worrell. But you take those 3 other blokes out and replace them with blokes who aren't confident in doing that, and you'll always take the safe option, particularly when you're under the pump. And they've been under the pump a lot so far this year.
Leads me to the next question. Dan Curtin's come into the side. It was interesting. We had Sam Balderstone on tonight. I tried to get a little bit of entrapment going. So it's going to be good to see him playing up forward as the third tall. Didn't really give us a lot, but then he got all excited about, giving him the best chance to succeed. Might be on the wing or in the middle. I wouldn't have him in the middle, but on the wing, I think he could expose Ware with his height advantage. Would you be comfortable with him on the wing? Where would you play him? And would you be comfortable putting Isaac Cumming to a half-back flank to get a bit more run and carry?
That's probably the move that you would do. The other one is Cook. I know Cook's been playing well on the wing and he does get forward, but he can kick it from half-back as well. So one of those, one of those two. But it wouldn't surprise me if he went back through there. Once again, the most attacking position on the ground is at half-back. If you kick that first kick through the middle, like Port Adelaide have done with Todd Marshall, that can open up the whole ground. So it's a really important position to play. But, yeah, Curtin, I think they'll look at Curtin in the middle because they're trying to find
it makes me nervous.
They're trying to find a winner. They're not going to spend. He's not going to spend 80% of his game in the middle, but I'm sure they're going to give him a run through there, a bit like Edwards last week.
Yeah.
2 weeks ago when he caught fire in the second quarter. Who knows? You put him in there, he gets a few touches, he might just ignite for a little bit. But I think the most likely position is out on the wing.
Yeah. What's the thinking? Ball ace in, Murray out. I saw Murray actually forward last week for 10 minutes, jumped at a few packs, but
played forward most of the game.
Is ball ace quicker than? Because George Artis is quick. He'll be going straight in, won't he?
Yeah, look,
he's a lead up forward.
It surprised me the way Adelaide have used ball ace, because when he came in, he instantly went to the opposition's best player.
Josh Tracy?
Yeah, Josh Tracy, who's one of the gun forwards. And the week after they played someone else and he played on the best forward that night.
I mean, Hawthorn maybe, I think he was there too.
Yeah, so I don't know. I would play Butts. Butts has got a longer reach. I reckon Butts is a bit quicker off the mark as well. So ball ace's stock in trade is really wrestling and keeping you grounded. He's not a jumping defender, so I think he's probably, if you could get him on Whitlock and get him out of the contest and make sure he doesn't have a jump, that's probably the way I'd go, and I'd stick with Butts on Georgiades. He's the most dangerous threat.
Massive dangerous, yeah.
Probably,
so you put your best stopper on him.
I wonder if Michael Aney could do Georgiades. I mean, it would be a big ask for him, but I do rate him highly. He's more defensively minded for me, and Georgiades isn't tall and he doesn't get you contested.
He's only an inch taller than Michael Aney, I think.
He can sit on your head, but he's not going to outdo you in a one-on-one wrestle.
And Michael Aney loves a job, Kane. That's it. He really does love a job.
It would surprise me if they went that way, but I would have it as a plan B if he does get hot like he did early last week.
We've got to go to a break, but I'll pick Josh Worrell to win the Showdown medal. Does he have a matchup? I don't think he does. I think he could have a fat night tonight.
Well, depends. The best thing that Port Adelaide have been doing, and they did it to Hawthorn, who were the best at it, is lowering your eyes, making everyone accountable, which actually takes Worrell out of the play a little bit. He loves to drop off and be the third man up. So, I'm sure that's one of the methods that they'll be trying to execute. In terms of the medal, I think if Adelaide have to win, you just feel like Thilthorpe or Rankin have to have a great night. Yeah. So one of those two for me if Adelaide were to win.
Well, we'll give our predictions a little bit later. The Big Filthy, I think, has kicked 3 in the last 3 showdowns. We're going to take a break. This is the Showdown. Thanks to AFL Nation. Thanks to DD, SIDD, this footy season. Matthew Richardson, the CEO of the Port Adelaide Footy Club, next.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
Wherever there's adventure, you'll find the Isuzu D-Max. With greater fuel efficiency and up to 3.5-tonne towing capacity across the range. Meaning, wherever your adventures take you, the Isuzu D-Max has your back. The best part though, adventure is everywhere. Go find yours. Visit your Isuzu Ute dealer today.
Go your own way. For 185 years, Elders Real Estate has been embedded in the fabric of our country. So when it's time to buy or sell in your part of Australia, you need a trusted name. Someone who knows Australian real estate like no other. Who understands that it's not just a house, it's your past. It's your focus. It's your future. Someone with a network that runs deep right across Australia. There's one name you can rely on. Elders Real Estate.
Make Mum's Day at Harvey Norman with hot deals on this year's top gifts. Shop Bluetooth speakers in a huge range of colours and brands from just $47. Save $105 on Breville Barista Express coffee machine, now $594. Save $150 on Shark Flex Style, now just $247. And save 30% on Ecovacs window cleaning robot, now $698. Best brands, best range, best prices. There's more in store to make Mum's Day at Harvey Norman now. Conditions apply.
Ugh, that's enough to send shudders down anyone's spine. Did you know termites cause more damage to Adelaide and Australian homes each year than fire and flood combined? That's over $1 billion. But there's a simple solution. Start with visual termite inspection from SA's leading pest control specialists. Your team from Murray's.
No worries with the team from Murray's.
Go to murraypestcontrol.com.au.
A legendary country deserves a legendary bottle shop. At Liquorland, we've been filling fridges and helping Aussies raise a glass for over 50 years. Cold, but cosy nights in. And summer sundowners, hosting the watch party. Or cooking for a full house, for the last minute dash on the way, or ordering your favourites from the couch. We'll bring the epic value and the legendary drinks. Liquorland, legendary. Choose to drink wise.
2026 is the year to upgrade to your ultimate fishing weapon. And Bar Crusher, Australia's leading fishing boat builder, has the perfect weapon for you. Come see for yourself and check out the most advanced plate aluminium fishing boats on the market, with industry-leading design excellence and quality. Find Bar Crusher boats at Pacific Marine and RV, 8 Tapleys Hill Road, Royal Park. Or build your dream boat online at barcrusher.com.au.
Milwaukee, forever for the big jobs and the little ones. Forever for the sights you'll always remember and the ones you'd rather forget. For the early mornings and even later nights. For day one and all the days that follow. Milwaukee, forever for the trade.
Exclusive to Paramount Plus.
This is UFC Fight Night.
UFC Fight Night is coming to primetime tomorrow. Catch Australia's Jack Della Maddalena. You gotta be kidding me! In front of his home crowd. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie! As he takes on Carlos the Nightmare Prates. UFC Fight Night, Della Maddalena versus Prates. Tomorrow from 6 p.m. only on Paramount Plus.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
Yes, welcome back to the Adelaide Oval and welcome back to the Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season. Kim Dillon, David Wildy in commentary, Mark Bickley and Kane Corns looking after the specials. And we've got a special guest with us, the CEO of the Port Adelaide Footy Club, Matthew Richardson. Richo, thank you for your time. You look like you've been to some official function.
Yeah, there's always a bit going on for these games. 7:40 starts a bit late, so it just means there's more opportunity for functions and all those types of things. But yeah, great night, perfect night for footy, and really looking forward to it.
I'll let the boys get to you. Showdown 59. Is Showdown week anything different for a CEO?
There's always a little bit more going on, not as much as Gather Round, but yeah, there's always just the rivalry and the anticipation, looking forward to what's always a massive game.
Richo, I guess at the start of the season, there were a few people questioning how the form of the team was going, some of the younger players that maybe they didn't feel like were developing. Are you happy that the last couple of weeks it started to turn around? The game style is becoming evident, and Josh Carr looks like he's putting his stamp on this team.
Yeah, I think, we've had a lot of change. For 12 or 13 years, we've been pretty good. We've been contending, haven't quite been able to get there. And probably 2 or 3 years ago, we identified that we needed to transition the playing list, and that probably started in 2024. Think about there were probably 1,400 games that went off our list over the last couple of years. And then we bought quite a bit of talent in over there, and we had to use mid-season draft in order to be able to do that. So with all the change off field, change of game style, new coach, I think it was always going to take a little bit of time. But yeah, I think in the last couple of weeks, our members and fans will be able to see some. See where there's a brand and a style that's really starting to build, and Josh and the team around him are really leading it in a great way. And I think what that does, it just gives the coaching group and also obviously the players some affirmation that actually, if we play the right way, it's going to stand up.
So talking about that transition and going back as far as 2024, is that why there's this level of frustration with the changing of the rules? I'm sure there's been a bit of forward planning towards some of the players who you've always known you're going to have access to. Is that why you've been frustrated?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fundamentally, our position has been really clear that with the draft and the complexity of the draft, trading future picks, you need 3 years, and that's why you need a runway. That's why the NFL, the NBA, American sports are always working on that basis. Our list management team were making decisions in 2024 about 26 and 27, and that's why we've been really strong on that position. We communicated that to our members so that they have a really clear understanding, and I think the two key things there are, as you said, the runway, being able to give your recruiting teams time to plan, and then the other bit is I don't think yet people really understand the impact of what's proposed in 27 and the impact that has, because you've got 7 picks coming into the draft anyway, with Tassie getting 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, but the impact that has on the DVI is really impactful, and it impacts some clubs a lot more than others. And as a club that was planning for 3 years to be in that draft before Tassie come in, clearly for us there's a big impact.
So what was the AFL's argument not to wait until Tasmania came in, which seemed the most logical decision and way to go about it?
Yeah, look, you'd need to ask them. We had a lot of back and forth. In fairness, they asked our recruiting guys and our list management team for some solutions to some of these issues, and for whatever reason they chose not to go there. So look, we're hopeful. Keep having that conversation, because like I said, I do think the unintended consequences of 27 with Tassie coming in are significant.
When you say you're hopeful, what are you hopeful of? It feels like they've just made the call.
Well, here we are, we're in May 2026, and they're just announced changes in October 2026. So on that basis, we've got till May 2027. I hope that they change the rules. Is that fair, Kane?
It's unfair. I think for the betterment of the game, the decisions are right. But to give you no leeway into this
on that, fundamentally, you're right. But what you've got to do is you've got to give clubs 3-4 years in order to work towards that.
No,
if people want a completely uncompromised draft, if people want the first round to be completely compromised, that's fine, but you've got to give clubs 3-4 years to plan towards it, and that's our primary point.
Just to explain, one of the side effects is what you're saying is, let's say Port Adelaide finish 10th on the ladder and they end up with whatever pick that is. That might be pick 9. If Tasmania are coming in and they get 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, your pick 9 becomes pick
14 or
15 or 16, which means the points assigned to them is much less.
That's right. So, and that was one of our solutions. That's right. So let's say we get pick 10.
Yep.
When Tassie comes in, pick 10
picks.
ordinarily is worth 1,700 points.
That's right.
Yep.
When Tassie come in, that drops actually to pick 17. That 1,700 points turns into 1,100 points. We lose 600 points. Now, when you're planning to match bids for players in NGA or father-son, those points are valuable, and we've been planning for that for 4 years.
So, Richo,
the solution that we're suggesting is
you keep
for Tassie, the points aren't important because they've already got the picks. Just retain the original point value.
Would make sense.
That's right.
So the texts we get on our show, Kane's show, and I'm sure you get them in the mornings as well, Bix, from all the Port supporters. We had about half a dozen today. Can you get the 3 players that you are hoping to get and you would have been able to get?
Yeah, look, I mean, the reality is it's still 18 months. It's 18 months away. There's a whole lot of things that are going to happen between now and then. So, like we said to our members, we'll have to find a way.
I could ask what those things are going to be in the next 18 months that could happen.
Well, it depends if you retain the players that you've got. You could trade away. If Zach Butters goes, he's going to be the biggest trade of all time.
I thought I'd make it a Zach Butters free zone for once.
No, but that for those just wondering, I know you understood it, but are you frustrated with other clubs speaking about your contracted player? Because I just am, and I don't think you've been. I don't think you've been angry or aggressive enough.
Look, it's not like it's just us, right? It happens all the time. You guys are talking about other contracted players all the time.
Much as this?
What I would say is the most important thing is what's going on between Zach and the club, and we're in really good shape. I think Zach...
What's going on between you and Zach?
So you look at how Zach is leading the club at the moment. You look at the footy he's playing and the way he's leading the club, not only on field but off field. Says a lot about Zach and his leadership and his growth and his maturity. And Zach's been really consistent that this will be sorted at the end of the year. Now, our job, as is Zach's job, is to focus on the task at hand, which is what's happening tonight. And I think Zach is doing an unbelievable job of leading our club really well.
You've got to have a plan.
Of course, we've got a plan. It's just that we don't need to express our plan.
As long as you get nasty and angry if the time comes.
Richo, tell us about Josh Carl. The West Coast loss, we thought, geez, it's going to be a long year. But I've been impressed with Josh, win or lose in the presses. He doesn't seem to get flustered. A couple of people have tried to bait him to get a headline, but he just, even when Port Adelaide have been playing bad, you must be impressed with the way about his calmness and how he's going about it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think calmness is a really good word. He's very strong in how he wants the game played. But I think he's very calm in that. Whether we, early in the year, clearly we had a couple of
hiccups,
challenging performances, and also, North Melbourne have actually turned out to be pretty good.
Yeah.
I think calmness is a great word. He's got a great, very level, and also he's very direct and very honest. So the players have a really clear understanding around what he wants, and it's been pleasing the last couple of weeks. We're actually starting to see that come together.
We've got Norths here. Do they get any guidance with how they approach presses? Because some guys lose it. We've seen coaches lose it, and a lot of talk about Ross Lyon recently, but he just seems to have that.
What do you give Norts the credit for? You're sucking up to Norts because he's standing here.
Norts is the best. Good mate of mine. Yeah, I am. Great mate of mine.
He's a good mate.
Best in the business. Go a long way back. Best in the business.
Yeah, he is.
Well, we should ask Norts get it, but do they get any sort of guidance, whether it be from you, from Norts, from anyone?
Well, as you said, Norts definitely does a pretty good job.
Well, Kim's saying he does nothing.
I said when we play bocce over the York Peninsula, he's not very good at it.
What I would say is I think people shouldn't underestimate the apprenticeship that Josh has done, and he's let that himself. You think he was an outstanding player. Kane, as you know, came into a development coaching role at Port Adelaide, had an option to actually coach the Magpies at the time, made a decision himself that it would be better for his learning to go and coach his own footy club. Went to North Adelaide. That didn't start, it didn't. First year, I think they finished bottom couple.
Second bottom.
That's right. Then won a premiership, then has gone to Fremantle, learnt a different way. It's no surprise, really, because he's done a fantastic apprenticeship. He's very well prepared. He's calm and he's measured. And I just think as a modern day coach, he couldn't be better prepared.
We've sort of moved on, but the Zach Butters story was the biggest story in football for a week there. Has it left a bad taste in your mouth with the umpire?
Oh, the umpire. I wouldn't say a bad taste in our mouth. I just think that for everyone's sake, including the umpire, including the umpire and the people on the tribunal, I just think that for a $1 billion industry, we can do a whole lot better. We just shouldn't have been putting people in those positions, and I don't think it reflected well on the game or those people. So hopefully we learn from it, and we don't have a situation like that again where we embarrass people.
Yeah.
It was poorly handled. You're a busy man. We appreciate you dropping in. You've been mixing with the rich and famous Uncle Andrew. Andrew Dillon's been over there. And are you garnering any information? Are you hearing anything about Gather Round? Are we going to get an announcement?
No, I'm not hearing anything about Gather Round, to be honest.
Anything?
State of Origin?
It can't be anywhere else, can it? State of Origin, I haven't heard anything about State of Origin.
Well, meant to be happening.
Really?
South Australian WA.
Okay.
Yeah. Richo, really appreciate your time. May the best team win tonight. May the umpires and injuries not play a part.
Thanks, guys.
Good
Appreciate
luck,
having
mate.
us
Good
and
to
have
see
a
you.
great call.
And
Thank
well
you.
done,
And
Norch.
thanks,
You're
Norch.
getting better all the time. There we go. We need to jump into a break. This is the Showdown, thanks to AFL Nation. For Didi, yes, I Didi this footy season.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
Adelaide, Sexyland is ready for you. With 3 stores in Adelaide, we offer Australia's largest range of adult products, open late 7 days a week. Shop in store or online with fast, discreet 2-hour delivery across Adelaide. Trusted by thousands of locals for choice, privacy and convenience. Come see your local store today or shop online at sexyland.com.au.
Take me now, Sexyland.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Bring your home to life from just $1,000 at our famous May Spend and Save. Right now, from just $1,000, you can bring your home to life with beautiful National Tiles for your entire family room and kitchen floors or all your bathroom walls and floors. Yes, from just $1,000 with all National Tiles reduced. Absolutely no exceptions, but you'll have to be quick. So rush into National Tiles or go online now and save. Conditions apply.
Tundra, Toyota's flagship truck, is here with our most powerful performance hybrid engine, undeniable Toyota quality, and a 4.5-tonne brake towing capacity. It's ready to work hard and play harder. Question is, are you ready for it? Toyota Tundra, ready for everything and available now. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota. Check Vehicles Owner's Manual and Toyota Basic Towing Guide before attaching loads.
Better sleep, better recovery, better performance. After a hard session or a long game, the real recovery happens overnight. While you sleep, your body repairs, restores and recharges for the day ahead. So talk to OMF, your overnight recovery experts. OMF have mattresses that are designed for deep rejuvenating rest, plus comfortable pillows and bedding crafted for your comfort and temperature balance. Shop online at omf.com.au or at over 50 locations nationwide.
Installerine.
For the hottest of hot party you've ever seen. Cream comes on steady, hot and strong. It just keeps on and on.
Get the best in heat pump and solar hot water and government rebates.
Installerine.
Accept nothing less than Australia's best.
For those who demand more from every acre, there's no compromise. Deutz Fahr tractors, engineered in Germany, built with precision, driven by innovation. With a powerful tractor range from 62 to 336 horsepower, Deutz Fahr deliver premium performance, comfort and reliability season after season. This is what premium feels like in the field. Go to deutzfahr.com.au to see the latest offers and find your local dealer. The grass is greener with Deutz Fahr.
Here's another tyre safety message from Tyre Power. If you're serious about safety on the road for you and your family, then you need a free tyre safety check from Tyre Power. There's so much more to it than just wear and tear and correct tyre pressure. If in doubt, give the experts a shout at Tyre Power and get a free tyre safety check. Visit tyrepower.com.au or call 13 21 91 for your local independent owner.
Don't get FOMO this winter. Wait, do the kids still say FOMO? What about 6-7? Is that still a thing? I kicked 6 goals 7 once. Get KO Sports with every game of every round of the 2026 AFL season live and on demand in 4K with no ad breaks during play.
That is incredible.
With all that footy plus the NRL, F1, Supercars, netball and all the other sport you love. You won't miss a thing on KO Sports.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval and the Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season. We've got a couple of minutes before we've got to jump into another break. We'll start to pick this game to pieces. We're in shock in the AFL Nation commentary box. Chad Corns, The big Chadster's walked in after doing a function at the Adelaide Crows. Whack the headset on. How did you
Thanks
go?
for having me, fellas.
No, it's good to have you. We got the Corns boys.
You can do the game.
I would have. I know you need your sleep. I would have been happy to do this.
He thought you sniffed him.
I did. I cut his lunch.
They just needed the big dog in there. So I understand why Kane's here. But
Chad and Kane, when did you stop barracking for the Crows? What year? Was it when you
the
were
year he
drafted?
got sacked.
Just,
94.
When Graham got sacked?
For me, yeah.
Finished?
Done.
Chad?
Instantly.
yeah, I was a little bit different. Like, I remember the moment clearly when Dad came and told me at Sacred Heart. But I remember going to the 98 grand final when I was on Port's list, hadn't played for Port yet. Choco hated me, didn't think I was going to stay there, and I was barracking for the Crows.
Good on you, mate.
The 98 grand final. So it wasn't probably until my first game was a Showdown. I did nothing in that.
And Kane, just
second one, I think it started to build from there. So it was
kicked a nice goal, didn't you?
Yeah.
Kicked a nice goal in the second.
Oh, the second one
at
And
99.
just for absolute clarity, because you've told the story before, you begged the Adelaide Crows to take you, to recruit you.
Not begged. We had those.
Rob Chapman?
Yeah, he was at my house.
Stopped him in his driveway?
No, he came over. Yeah. And David Noble said no, which was I'm sort of glad. I'm sort of glad I finished at Port. It was the right thing for me. But at the time, we didn't want to go anywhere else because of Eddie's health, so we wanted to stay here. And they were half keen to get a cheap player, which they would have got, but didn't eventuate and probably turned out for the best.
Chad, you said on our show we were talking about the fact that are we allowed to talk about it yet? We can't talk about odds, I don't think, at this stage of our coverage. But the fact is that the favourites now are nearly Port Adelaide. There's just been this big momentum swing.
When can we talk about it? Because I'm interested, because you're all passionate about this part of the game, Kimbo. I have no idea about it, but I understand the concept. I would have thought by now Port would be the favourite.
Yeah, and then we went through the list today. And we did.
I can tell you they're not favourites by a fair way.
Oh, really?
Still will. Right, okay, late swing.
No, it's been pretty solid all the way through.
$1.60 other.
No, we're not letting it. We're not letting it. And we did this little thing, Kano, where you're picking like in the schoolyard. Everyone's lined up. And there were probably about 5 players still left.
You might have stolen that from me, I think. Anyway.
No,
we've reunited some soon.
Oh, really? I thought I was doing it 40 years ago when you were still in nappies.
Of the first 10 picks, how many were Port Adelaide players?
Their first 4. I think, Chatty, you had the first 4. Our big point was that probably the last 6 and that Adelaide bat deeper.
Was Thilthorpe the first Crow or Rankin?
I went...
Or Dawson.
I went Thilthorpe. No, Dawson not playing.
Yeah.
I went
Thilthorpe, Rankin were in the top 5, and then obviously Butters, Horne-Francis, Georgiadis.
But the point being, Adelaide appeared to bat deeper. Like the last 6 or 5 were probably Port Adelaide players.
Yeah, look, I think that's a bit seasonal, really, isn't it? Because, like, you might have Ben Keys and say he can bat deeper, but you're not. You're thinking that he should be dropped out of the team.
He's on his last legs.
Well, there's others that are battling as well, that have some big names as well, that aren't really sort of setting the world on fire. And that's been the issue for Adelaide. How many Adelaide players are playing better than what they did last year? You can count them on one hand. Miller maybe.
Cook,
but they're peripheral players. Thilthorpe and Rankin. Rochelli's probably been above where he was last year because he missed a lot of games through injury, but there's very, very few, whereas Port Adelaide, you can say there's a couple of them that are playing really good footy ahead of where they were at the same time last year.
I'm so interested in 2 matchups, Kimbo. Tex Walker, Bergman, Lockie Jones, Rankin.
Lockie Jones, Rankin.
All right, we're into a break. This is the Showdown.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
Tundra, Toyota's flagship truck, is here. With our most powerful performance hybrid engine, undeniable Toyota quality, and a 4.5-tonne brake towing capacity, it's ready to work hard and play harder. Question is, are you ready for it? Toyota Tundra. Ready for everything and available now. Oh, what a feeling. Toyota. Check Vehicles Owner's Manual and Toyota Basic Towing Guide before attaching loads.
Proudly roasted right here in Adelaide, Rival Brothers Coffee Roasters is your local trusted specialty coffee supplier. Whether it's your morning brew at home or keeping the office fueled, Rival Brothers delivers premium specialty coffee beans across SA. They're all about the sporting community too, and from early starts to weekend sport, Rival Brothers is proud to keep Adelaide going. So grab your next bag of beans online or in-store and taste the difference of Adelaide roasted specialty coffee.
Ever tried to use a banking app that feels half-baked? Slow payments, clunky menus, notifications that are useless. It can feel like apps don't care or don't listen. At Credit Union SA, we've built a faster, better banking app with easier shared payments, secure mail messages, and simpler navigation, all from member feedback. Say no to half-baked banking. Search the Credit Union SA app, built around real South Australians.
Visiting Adelaide? Stop into Harbourtown Premium Outlets. Discover over 100 big sports and designer brands with savings up to 70% off. Just 5 minutes from Adelaide Airport. Grab a bite to eat and recharge in our guest lounge with free luggage storage, free Wi-Fi and device charging. Before or after your flight, we've got you covered. Harbourtown Premium Outlets. Big brands, bigger savings. Visit harbourtownadelaide.com.au for more details.
It's the fitness activity taking Adelaide by storm. Grab some mates or join a social event and play paddle at PaddleFit, Adelaide's first paddle courts. Think tennis meets squash, but way more fun. 4 indoor courts in Theberton open daily from 7:30am till 10pm, with lessons for all levels and equipment hire available. Play Monday to Friday before 4pm and get 25% off court hire. The world's fastest growing sport is finally here in Adelaide. PaddleFit. Go on, give it a shot. Download the app and book online.
Ugh, that's enough to send shudders down anyone's spine. Are you hearing critters rustling around in your roof? Well, it might alarm you to know that 8% of household fires are started by rodents gnawing through electrical cables in the roof and walls, not to mention the spread of disease and bacteria they can cause. But there's a simple solution. Book a rodent treatment with SA's leading pest control specialists. Your team from Murray's.
No worries with the team from Murray's.
Go to murraypestcontrol.com.au.
Crows fans, don't get your feathers ruffled looking for a park this season. Get hassle-free game day parking at UPark Topham. It's as easy as pre-booking your car park, then enjoying the short stroll to Adelaide Oval totally stress-free. Simply install the UPark app, pre-book, then park. And the best bit, it only costs $12. Guarantee your spot and make game day parking convenient and affordable. Install the UPark app today.
Wherever there's adventure, you'll find the Isuzu D-Max. With greater fuel efficiency and up to 3.5 tonne towing capacity across the range. Meaning, wherever your adventures take you, the Isuzu D-Max has your back. The best part though, adventure is everywhere. Go find yours. Visit your Isuzu Ute dealer today.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
Welcome back to the Adelaide Oval to the Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season. Kim Dillon, David Wildy in commentary. Looking after the specials, Mark Bickley and Kane Corns. This is Showdown 59. Before we get into this one, there is another game underway, Willie, and a bit of an upset looming with the Western Bulldogs.
Yeah, just a short time ago, Bulldogs 39, Freo 13. So up by 4 goals in the late in the first quarter, early second quarter. So, yeah, they've started well.
All right, time to put our credibility on the line, everyone. We'll go to you, Kano. Tell us who wins and why, and the Showdown medalist.
Yeah, I like backing in good teams off a poor week, and it's got that feeling from a good response from Adelaide. I think they win by 21.
Ooh, Showdown medalist?
I won't say, just because I've got the votes tonight. So
right, okay.
Yes.
Big.
Can't do that. Well, my head says that Port Adelaide should be starting favourites, but my heart, a bit like Kane, is looking for a response. And I think eventually they will get one. And The other thing that's...
And all your logic said no. Short turnaround.
Exactly.
All of that.
But I'm sticking with my heart and saying the Crows. But the only reason is as well, last week they played against a team that I think plays a very similar game style to Port Adelaide. The Brisbane Lions had 132 marks last week and Adelaide just let them do it. Geelong let Port Adelaide have 128 marks last week. So I think the review would be about, if you let Port Adelaide have 128 marks, they will lead you a merry dance today. So I would expect one of the big things that Adelaide will try and do is stop that short kick, and we'll see what happens with Port Adelaide. Can they come up with another style of play if that's taken away by Adelaide?
Our commentary team is here today thanks to the Credit Union SA. Score more banking power. Willie, you're known as the accurate one. How does this one play out?
Well, Chad's talked me into Port Adelaide. I was all week,
just like that.
All week Adelaide, but Dawson to me is a massive out. And we spoke about the importance of Horn Francis. Butters will win the medal. Port got beaten by 100 points last time they played. Butters the best man on ground, but unfortunately you don't get the medal when you're like that.
98 points that was.
So Port Adelaide just.
All righty. And the big Chad, he hasn't got the cans on at the moment, but he's tipping Port Adelaide. He's reduced his margin, though. Earlier in the week he was going 10 goals. Now he's gone down to 11. He's not quite as bullish. I'm tipping Adelaide by 27 and Josh Worrell to take out the Showdown medal.
Have we had a draw in a Showdown yet?
No.
Okay. No, I'm tipping the draw.
Oh, there you go. Beautiful, Big. Hey, we talk about a lot of things, but we haven't talked about the ruck contest, and I think this is going to be huge. The development of Lockie Andrew has been amazing. Likewise, Jordan Sweet.
Sweet's been terrific, I think. He didn't get a game in the first week of the game against North Melbourne, which was one of Josh Carr's early mistakes against Tristan Sherry. Since then, I think he's been really strong. He was always a threat at the forward stoppages to grab the ball and has actually hit the scoreboard quite well this year. And McAndrew is a competitor. He's a jumper, and the new rule change has been excellent for him. So I like the bravery of Matthew Nicks to chuck him straight in.
Had more tackles than any other ruckman in the competition, gets some clearance. Please, though, if he takes the mark, do you think there's any danger of someone running past and getting a handball?
Anyone. Look, we heard Josh Carr. We've had all the coaches on in previous weeks as well. They've gone with the two rucks with Vicentini. They expect him to be a presence up forward. But he's not. He doesn't.
He's never a presence up forward. That is one of the great myths.
So if they stop Georgiades, who kicks the goals?
I don't know. It's a problem for them. Horn Francis has been more midfield. He's always a threat forward and can still be from the midfield. But Whitlock can catch it. And I think in 3 years' time he's going to be a bona fide AFL player. Not quite yet, so that's going to be the challenge for them. Durden's surprised me. I thought he was a list clogger, but he's probably been a little bit better than that.
You went hard.
Yeah.
Apparently he may do a job on Miller.
Well, he mentioned in his post-match interview last week that he'd been assigned to a player each week and trying to do that defensive work and then try and exploit them going the other way. So it's worked pretty well. So I'd be surprised if you're going to stop one player, if you're going to choose a player that you want to stop in the back half for Adelaide, it'd have to be Wayne Miller.
All right, we've got time for one more. We watched the warm-up out there, and Dan Curtin definitely appeared to be with the midfield.
Yeah, not going to start in there, but had the bib on, so I think he'll get his opportunities. Looking at Rankin starting on ball tonight, which I like. See if the matchup's going to go with him. Clearly, Lockie Jones isn't going to go on ball with him, so at the start, it'll be Horn Francis shoulder to shoulder with Rankin.
All right, this has been the pre-game show. Thanks to Toyota Tundra. Ready for everything. Oh, what a feeling, Toyota. Kim Dillon, David Wildy with you in the commentary. And who won the toss?
Port Adelaide.
Which way are they going? Riverbank N. All right, let's get into this one. This is Showdown 59. The umpire holds the ball aloft.
Yeah, Bergman on Walker. Showdown 59. Crows have won 5 of the last 6. Can Port Adelaide upset the apple cart again? They're the form team out of the 2. And the big men just eyeing each other off. Sweet got the first tap, went to ground, bypassed Rankin, coming through Butters. Early possession, went to look for Horn Francis. Applies a tackle there on McAndrew. Works in the Keys direction, caught by Horn Francis, got a boot to the ball. Willem Drew went after it. Fumbly early, players converge everywhere. Rankin's handball out towards Butters again. They dive on top of it. Adelaide try and move it forward. Cook was good. Now to Laird. He's on the outer wing, kicks inside the forward 50. Push out, was it? No. Evans took a nice mark, they'll allow it.
Just burnt Thilthorpe. Thilthorpe, little lead up, 20 metres, would have been ideal. Had split on a lead, went long. It was a poor decision.
We'll get some match-ups shortly as we work out what's going on here in Showdown 59. Bergman with a nice little pass, and he's found Burgoyne on the half-back flank, but he kicks it back to centre half-back. Risky, but it was good. It finds Farrell. He in turn goes out to Alir. He's been in red-hot form, all-Australian form. Goes down the line, big fist away. Ball goes down to ground level. The Horn Dog in there, big tackle by Berry. Umpire says dead heat on the outer half-forward flank.
Yeah, Butts Georgiades, so no surprises there. Vicentini has started forward.
The other one is Logan Evans on Toby Murray.
Peatling got the job on Butters. We thought that might happen, Bix. That's what you predicted.
Well, I thought he might have started on Horn Francis. I'm sure at different stages they'll have a look at that. But
McAndrew short. To Neil Bullen back in the side after a week out with injuries on the outer wings. Better for the Crows, although kick was poor. With the lasso, and Darcy Byrne-Jones will take the free kick.
So this is the area where it's been a slow play. Adelaide can't let Port Adelaide get a couple of short uncontested marks here.
So Port Adelaide defended well in recent weeks. The kick along the wing, they were so good against the Cats last week. Butts in front of the pack, didn't complete the mark. Comes to ground. Now they can work it forward in towards full forward. Where's this time a cut off by Miller. Been an outstanding form and goes to ball ace.
Nicely taken by McKinlay a little bit early. He's improving every week. That'll be an interesting battle on the outer wing. This time it's on the members. Half-back flank owners. Taken by Isaac Cumming. Goes long to a 2-on-2. Oh, Toby Murray took him again. Real estate mark of the day. Big grab. Next kick, all important. Goes long and low. Looking for Thilthorpe. Used his body brilliantly. Took the mark. Plays on. Audacious attempt at goal and possibly a silly one.
We're going to hit the behind post.
Yeah, went for a check. It's gone through for a point. I reckon he could have done a little bit better, boys.
Could have, but he just brushed off Bergman. Not sure how that matchup found itself. But if Thilthorpe gets Bergman, look out. But they just look strong in the air to start. They're going to test Port Adelaide aerially tonight.
Yeah, just pushed him out easily. Thilthorpe, big, strong man. So Port Adelaide go to the outer side again. Lead caught behind. Ball comes to ground again. Pushing up. Rankin did really well. Back to Butts. And a mark's been taken again, this time by the big man, the Big Mac,
so
McAndrew.
That's an example, though, where Adelaide forced Port Adelaide to kick it long to a contest. So the last couple, they haven't given away the short kick, which they did really well last week. This is Port Adelaide. Been forced to kick to a contest, and Adelaide have won a couple of those contests already.
He's kicked 1 point in his career. Will he get the carry? Anyone backing him in?
No, he'll get the distance.
Okay.
I don't think he'll score.
The Big Mac, McAndrew.
This is a goal.
He's been really good this year. He's going to kick from about 45, northern end. Scoreboard side. Kick on its way, strikes it. No, whoever said no score wins. Out of play on the
It was always going to drift to the left.
Yeah. Good call, Kane.
That was like an old Dunny door, the way he swung that leg.
So, watch Rankin. Here's Rankin just off the back of this stoppage. Last week, forward stoppage, unbelievable against Brisbane. Drew's taking responsibility.
Sweet and McAndrew. It's only 20 up from the Crows' goal. Comes to ground. Drew did well there. Cut his man off. McAndrew picked it up. They picked him up. Umpire said stalemate.
So he doesn't mind getting down to ground level, McAndrew, for a big man. Ball gets thrown up about 30 metres away from the Adelaide goal to the left of your radio dial. That's the northern end of the Adelaide Oval. Ball goes to ground level. You heard the whistle. We'll have a ball up again at the bottom of the pack. Ollie Wines, the Brownlow medalist. So Rankin lurking, Rochelle lurking. Jones close to Rochelle. Ball comes out to Joey Richards. He gets onto the right boot. Kicks it down to the members' wing. Josh Worrell takes a strong mark. Oh, the umpire said play on.
He was going to play that.
He blew
He did.
He got paid. And that's got to be holding the ball. And now he squares up. Oh, that was awful.
I think he signalled the free kick, but he didn't blow the whistle.
Wow, that was terrible. We just had a look at the replay there, and that's thanks to our good friends at Rival Brothers, keeping Adelaide going.
Butts now gets away for the Crows. They can work the wing. Laird did nicely to Cook. Cook's been a good story this year for the Adelaide Crows. Low scoring affair, 5-goal first quarter. Adelaide lead by a point. So Cook, yeah, good smarts here, gets around his man easily, and Darcy Byrne-Jones
look at that.
Works the wing delivery, absolutely perfect. Murray's got it. Toby Murray, high kick. Where's Thilthorpe? Here he goes! Oh, dropped it. Had the absolute sit on his man. Comes down to Burgoyne, and Burgoyne gets back to Byrne-Jones. Biggs, that was an absolute chance gone begging.
Well, he did. He had the back of Valir, and he had a running jump, but he just couldn't complete the the task.
We'll give DBJ a nomination for Mark of the Day, thanks to McGain Real Estate as well. That was nice. So too by Peatling, going back in traffic, plays on quickly. Adelaide looking up and about at the moment, not hitting the scoreboard though. Ben Keys, he's been quiet, spears out a pass to a stinker. Should have been marked by Lockie Jones. He dropped it. Ball goes to Wines. Look away, handball. They're going to get out of trouble. Comes out to Willem Drew. Handball's now in turn, goes towards Dillon, I think it was. Stolen there by Laird. Handball went to Rochelle. Hot hands, gets it back to Cummings. Now he drives long, looking for Philthorpe, one-hander. Dropped it. Well done. Free kick. I want to see the replay, boys.
I'm just not sure how the umpire front on has played that when the umpire side on was right there and let it go.
Oh, he's got hold of his arm.
It's the right call, but leave the umpire surely that he's 5 metres away to pay that free kick. Anyway, I guess they'll say the right decision was made, but the fumble from Dillon, that's finals pressure, that's showdown pressure, everything 5% quicker. He couldn't handle it in the middle of the ground. Adelaide make you pay off turnover.
Well, they've had all the momentum, Adelaide. The big fella, he's kicked 3 goals in his last 3 showdowns, and he's pushed it to the right. Well, you'd think Chad Corns is their goal-kicking coach. Well, he's in the box at the moment.
I think Port Adelaide are 15th for goal-kicking this year, Kimbo, so that hasn't improved this year.
In the other game, Bulldogs by 19 points over Fremantle as Jacob Ware, a long kick in the Whitlock direction. Ball has got him, and Bix, you're right, Butts went to Georgiades.
Yeah, and just Adelaide are doing a good job of forcing Port Adelaide to kick to a contest. So they're taking away those short, uncontested marks, which then gives them a chance to win in the contest. And they're definitely trying to move the ball quicker as well when they turn it over.
Curtin back out there, so he's on the wing against Ware. McAndrew got caught behind. Saligo went at it, lost it. Willem Drew now high kick to centre half forward. Durden pushed out. Miller had 1, 2, 3 attempts. Durden got hold of him quickly. Saligo's hands good to Neil Bullen. Crows come rushing through. Cumming did well and got the handball out well. Now to Peatling. Here they go, Pedler. What can he do? Who's in front of him? He's on the wing. Has a fumble. Gets the ball back. Runs towards 50. He might go all the way. No, he didn't. He went short. Should have gone all the way. Betwixt and between, Aaliyah cuts it off.
He had too much time to think about it, and he stuffed it up. Aaliyah bites a little bit off, and he goes into the middle of the ground, finds Bergman. So now it's Port Adelaide's chance to get him on the rebound, and they are number 3 in the competition off scoring off intercept. So they've got an opportunity here. They drive the centre forward. Horndog got up high, came from behind, couldn't take the mark. Picked up there by Michael Annie. Quick hands from Cummings. Back to Millerer, just getting the kick away. Worrell to a 2-on-1. Ball at the back of the pack. Aaliyah will mop it up. There's a bit of heat in the kitchen at the moment. Taken by DBJ. Gives it to Lockie Jones. Now he's got time to think about it. Smart handball. Gave it to Burgoyne. Normally hits a target. And that's a beautiful kick to Georgiades.
It's growth from Lockie Jones. I think 6 months ago he just blasted that forward and doesn't sum up the situation. Thought he did it really well. Drew the Adelaide player to him. Then gave it to Burgoyne in time and space. And there is no one better than this man on the lead in the league right now. Number 1 marks inside forward 50, Mitch Georgiades.
That was a stylish moment thanks to Kixo styling, turning oh no inspections into oh wow moments. Can he complete the contract? He's normally better from the pockets. He'll be kicking from 48 metres out. Look at that. Have a look at that. It went like a dart. So it was all Adelaide, but now Port Adelaide lead by 4 points, and that is on the Toolkit Depot scoreboard.
And that's just fantastic by Georgiades, because Adelaide have had some really gilt-edged opportunities, haven't been able to finish the task, and then they get one chance inside forward 50. Just watching Jace Burgoyne, that delivery was absolutely perfect. But just the composure to go back after kicking 4 goals, 6 last week, and then the pressure I think you must feel to reward your teammate, and this having the, I guess, the steeliness to go back and convert. Well done.
Well, 7 entries to 2. Adelaide would be feeling like they should be 3 goals up. Horn Francis hasn't touched the footy yet. Butters has been a non-factor, so plenty of room for improvement. Adelaide would be disappointed because the game has been in their control.
Showdown AFL Nation for Didi. Yes, oh, Didi. He's only kicked 9 goals in 7 games, Georgiades, so that in Showdown. So that's a real confidence boost for him. Here's Berry. Burgoyne has been really good. Now back to Berry to Horn Francis. There he goes. Surrounded by Crows. Back to Moraes. Now what can they do? Live with a kick. Wasn't a great kick, but it lands in the arms of Drew. In fact, it was a hurried kick. He was in front of Pye. So Crows get numbers back. Heard a whistle go. They kick it in the pocket.
Oh, yeah.
Terrific mark. Unbelievable mark in the pocket as he's slow to get up.
Ollie Wines.
Unlikely overhead.
He's pretty good
That's
overhead.
a good grab.
He is. Maybe an area he doesn't understand how good he could be
It's
overhead.
a pack mark almost.
Yeah, it was. He doesn't do this part of the game
Well, that's the
very well.
the challenge now.
The set shot.
Yeah.
I thought Bond had to have done better, though. He had a run up and a swing at it and didn't make contact with the ball. He'd be disappointed.
Again, real estate mark of the night. Ollie Wines, unlikely, but it's a beautiful mark. Similar position to Georgiades, and the kick is similar result, is it? It is. Goal to goal, back-to-back goals in 60 seconds. Georgiades followed by Ollie Wines, and after the Crows dominated the first 3 or 4 minutes, Port have a handy lead.
Oh, the goal umpire straddling almost the goalpost. There must have been a coated varnish in it, but well done. Been able to go back, kick the goal, centre clearance, goal for Port Adelaide. They'd be happy with that.
They would be. It was a smart kick, I think, from Drew. I think he was going for Whitlock, but Wines, not short of courage, just went back with the flight of the ball and took a really strong contested mark. Bonus, I think you asked who's going to kick their goals. They're going to have to get goals out of Butters, Horne-Francis, their mid, so that's a bonus to get one from a non-noted goal kicker in Wines.
Okay. Just had a look at the rebate play there. Thanks to Rival Brothers Coffee Roasters. Taste the difference. Love their support. So it's Port Adelaide leading by 10 points. And this is Showdown on AFL Nation thanks to DD. Ball back centre field. Getting up high with McAndrew. Taken by Butters at the back of the pack. Sweeping handball, not a good one. Gave it straight to Saligo. Back into the side. Nice looking kick. Puts it out to the half forward flank. Mark taken by Rochelle. Gets onto his left. Terrible kick though, and the mark's been taken by Alir.
Started well, Alir. I know he gave that one free kick away, but 3 intercept possessions already, played in front. So Rochelle started forward. Lockie Jones will take him. I assume Rochelle and Rankin will swap.
Alir goes down the line. Toby Murray, the spoiler from behind. That was against Vicentini. Ball at ground level. Cummins had a good first turn. Gets it out to Berry. Berry drives it in long, but kicks it straight to Alir. Adelaide will want the boundary. They won't get it. Alir just kept it in, I think.
Would have preferred to go out.
Mark was nearly taken. That was by Cummins. He'll have to use a handball. He have to be quick. Got it over to Taylor. Jammed it on his boot. Goes to the forward pocket. Good defensive play, Port Adelaide. We'll have a throw in that left forward pocket. Member side, northern end of the Adelaide Oval.
And they just have to be a bit smarter. Alir is taking a really aggressive starting point on field goal. Be starting 3 or 4 metres in front. So don't look for him on the lead. Try and kick it over his head.
Adelaide wasted many opportunities. Wines was good, didn't fumble. McKinlay now back towards the wing. That's a very nice mark. Terrific mark taken by Ball-Ace. Give that to him again as well. Now they go back to Worrell. Man loose on his own, all out on the wing. Can they make something of this? It's Michael Lanning. Oh, his kick was poor. Ware comes in early. Good tackle there from Logan Evans on Berry. He fumbled the foot. He wasn't awarded with holding the ball. Coming through Pedler. Backdoors it now to Laird. Now they can draw it was Berry again in the pocket. Get a mark. This time it's Curtin. Welcome back. Dan, he's 50 out. Plays on. He's going to go for home, you think. He strikes it nice. He's going to land right in the square. Murray at the back of the pack. Patted his man on the back and then didn't take the mark.
He looked like a giraffe in a water hole.
I'm not sure whether Curtin was having a shot or just putting up to the square.
I think he's having a shot.
Yeah, normally you back him in. He's a beautiful kick normally, but Port have got numbers back now. More importantly, they've got 2 goals on the Toolkit Depot scoreboard. Up goes Vicentini. Brings it aground. Going through Butters again. What a player he is. Moraes in there as well. Now Burn-Jones, Darcy Burn-Jones did well. Held up the ball, 45 out from the Crows' goal.
This is the Showdown on AFL Nation. Thanks to DD, Kim Dillon, David Wildy, Mark Bickley and Kane Corns with you on a Friday night. This is huge. Showdown 59. Both clubs on 3 and 4. Nice tap. Goes out to Butters. Kick wasn't great. Not 15. Taken by Bond. Pumps it back in. 55. Inside 50, I should say. Great mark taken by Lockie Jones.
Wow. What's a good mark?
Wow. Little McGain real estate mark of the day. Goes with a short pass. Gets it out to Josh Lai.
Play on. Play on.
Told to play on by the umpire. He'll have to go down the line. The right footer gives it a bit of air. It's a 3-on-3. No one can take it. Ball close to the boundary line. Sock it in. Goes straight back to Worrell. That's holding the ball. He tried to fend him off. Good umpiring there. And a great tackle by Durden.
His pressure's been good around the footy. You're right. It was a good call, Kimbo. As soon as you opt to fend, even though it didn't look like he had prior, that is your prior. Holding the ball, good decision.
Port Adelaide by 10 points. Dillon's been a revelation so far in this game. The kick wasn't great.
Once again, they took away the short kick, forcing the kick down the line, get the intercept.
Murray now, poor kicker now, but Keys made it look okay. On the march is Rochelle, swings it out wide, and Cook, the man of the moment, takes it. Can he spot a man? Does. Up to half forward. Good mark to Pedler. He knows the long kick.
Phil Thorpe's got a mismatch here. He's got Darcy Byrne-Jones if they can find him.
Oh, he's taken a long while, Bix. I think he's going to have a shot.
Yeah, Marshall got back just a bit slow. The kick going in found Pedler, but they had Phil Thorpe deeper all alone. So just some of their entries have been sloppy.
4 goals, 3 to Luke Pedler this year. He's one of them almost having some almost moments. High draft pick. Swings round on his left. Strikes it nicely.
Wow.
It's a terrific kick. It went on and on and on. And more importantly, it was accurate. Adelaide get their first. Put Adelaide 2 straight. Crows 1-2. One of the goals of the night to Lukey Pedler.
Yeah, so little moments in big games. Willem Drew had a play on the intercept in the back line from the Murray kick. And if he had turned that footy over, you'd probably score 8 out of 10 times. And that would have been a goal, but he just didn't quite judge it. I thought the Rochelle switch was outstanding. Opened up the open side of the ground. Kicking inside 50 wasn't great, but in the end, Pedler is a player with so much talent, Vix. I haven't quite worked out why he hasn't yet cemented himself in their best 18. Maybe it's fitness, maybe it's injury, but there's a lot of upside there.
Yeah, I think it's continuity. And what we're seeing now is he's starting to put 4 or 5 weeks together. He's had a better pre-season this year. The last 2 weeks in particular have been very good.
We'll get some team stats off you very shortly. Beautiful tap straight down to Horn Francis. He lowers the eyes. Here's the kick. Fisted away. Adelaide have the numbers. Ball taken by Bond. That's holding the ball nearly.
Oh,
wow, I don't know if he had a lot of time.
Where's the prior?
Oh, there isn't any.
Wow. All right, let's go to our experts. Take us through this. We'll watch the replay thanks to Rival
Once
Brothers.
you pin one arm, for whatever reason, you're in all sorts of trouble.
But you still got to have... he's grabbed it.
And then bang, I'm with you. I don't like the look of that at all, other than usually when one arm is pinned, they've paid it. But Horn Francis out the middle, Adelaide cannot allow him to have the front of the centre bounce and streaming out. He should have taken a shot himself.
So Durden's kicked 12-4 this year. He won't miss this one. It's gilt edge for him. He's only 25 metres out, and he's put it right through the middle. So the margin goes back out to 10 points. And he has a few words out there, as you'd expect in a showdown.
Well, and this is where people get frustrated. You watched last night the Wizard Watson tackle. Tackle Billy Frampton, and they explain it as well. He didn't have prior opportunity, and then you see that, which is, I think, worse.
That's harsh.
And that was worse because he fumbled it like Billy. He fumbled it.
And then he's lying on the ground. If you've got one arm pinned, you can't handball. If you're lying on the ground, you can't kick it. I'm not sure what they want him to do.
No, Greg Swan said the game's never been umpired better.
It was a poor centre-bout setup, though. You watch now that there will be, it's Saligo, there will be what they call a sweeper, and he will hold in a defensive position because you cannot have Butters or Horn Francis streaming out the front.
Well, the other thing as well is Murray's in there for Adelaide, who is their second stringer, and Vicentini jumped over him in the first opportunity, and now it's Sweet up against him.
Comments from Kane Corns and Mark Bickley. Ball back in the centre. Port Adelaide kicking straight this week. Weren't so good last week, but they've still had a good win. Rankin slipped it out to Laird, who's been prominent. Now to Peatling. Peatling's kick was good, marked by Keys. 139 games straight. Ben Keys been very reliable. Works it up to centre half forward. Walker hasn't got warm yet. They haven't got near it at the moment. Taylor Walker, the big game a couple of weeks ago. Sweet was that holding the ball. Crows crowd won it. Bergman standing start. Out towards the wing. Joey Richards almost took a terrific mark. Getting down and low was Whitlock. Should come back with the Crows, but they're under enormous pressure. Ends up with Moraes. Good big safe throw. Butters was good to Farrell. Horn Francis riding shotgun, ignored him. Farrell's good little short kick. They go straight through the centre again. Good stuff. Ends up with Willem Drew. His kick was okay to Berry. Put it look dangerous every time they go forward. Berry went through 3. He ran about 18 metres. Umpire said it was all legal. Now the hurried kick in the pocket misses everything and goes out of play. Left full forward pocket.
They're courageous, Port, because they're just not blasting away. Adelaide have got a spare player back there, so they just hold on, trying to find that free player.
We'll get those team stats in a sec. We'll find out if it's telling us a story. At this stage, we're about halfway through.
Well, Kimbo, the entries are 13-5 Adelaide's way. That tells a story.
All right, that gives you a bit of an idea what's happening, but they're not hitting the scoreboard. That's a big tackle. That has to be holding the ball on Butters. Oh, the umpire doesn't pay it. Take us through that one.
Well, that was the right decision, but it's wrong if you play the previous one.
Yeah.
So that's where you get confused.
He didn't put his arm out to fend, tried to crash through a little bit. Another big tackle by Miller. Danger time here. What do we got? 5 minutes remaining in this first term. Port Adelaide leading by 10 points on the Toolkit Depot scoreboard. Sweet gets his hand to it. Ball comes out the back of the pack, taken by Cook. Gave it to Miller. Kicks around the body. Big, huge bounce goes outside the offensive 50. Over the top of it, Neil Bullen not really grabbing the footy. Umpire blows the whistle. We'll have a ball up. 55 out from Port Adelaide's goal.
It's Todd Marshall, the spare behind the ball for Port Adelaide.
Last time they met, it was the Crows by 98 points. Port have got 9 changes, though, from that team. A lot of different. Crows only 5.
Little throw, free kick to Worrell.
Goes out now to Rankin, Isaac Rankin. He's bit of ball, but not dangerous. Want Rankin up forward, not at half back.
Very stagnant again, Adelaide here.
Just his 4th wheeled second kick.
15 inside 50s. They haven't made the most of it at all. Port have weathered the storm.
Oh, well clever.
They're doing really well now. Where? Into the pocket. Oh, I was going to say not a great kick, but Whitlock took a really good mark.
He's hurt himself too.
Just fell awkwardly, the big fella.
Really awkward landing.
Very gangly, big, tall lad. I'm with you, Kane. I think he could be a star down the track, this lad.
Yeah, I think he's a good pick. So give him... Well, these games are vital for him. Don't expect too much, but give him 2 or 3 seasons in the gym. He can really take a strong contested mark, which we've already seen. That will improve. His goal kicking is a serious issue, though. So
13 goals from 12 games. Berry's only kicked 6 from 19, so he's going all right, the young man. They take a while to develop. He's 200 centimetres. Kick on its way. Southern end puts it up high, and the umpire says no. It wasn't a bad leg, though, from where he was. Misses. That's their first blemish. 19 plays 8. 22 minutes gone. Port Adelaide lead.
3.5 on the clock. Adelaide bring it back into the outer side. Marshall, we haven't called his name too frequently, punches the ball over the boundary line. We'll get a throw in on that outer wing. I was speaking to Tommy, one of the red coats, when I came in. Yeah, and he said he's an avid listener of SEN. He said there'd be at least 51,000, around the 51,000. So it's a big crowd.
So it should be.
Yeah. It's a sellout. Ball taken by Willem Drew. That was beautifully done. Drives it in long to the pocket. Taken by Borlase. Pinned to the boundary line. Decides to kick. Drives it long. Front position. Good mark. Third mark taken by Toby Murray in defence.
Yeah. Looked okay, isn't he?
He's just got to get better from that Willem Drew clearance, because it was a low pressure clearance, deep entry, but he just directed it to the wrong spot.
Murray goes out wide. Gee, Lai could have hurt himself really badly. Fell awkwardly. Lee got the crumb. Big tackle, Butters. Slips at Adelaide, don't have the numbers. Port Adelaide do. Marshall to Ware. From the half-back flank, kicks almost up to half-forward. Pushed out was Horn Francis. Did okay. Laird again's been good. Now to Worrell. Worrell needed to be good. Neil Bullen stood his ground. Took the body contact. Did not flinch.
Just watch Vicentini crash into Jason Horn-Francis as well, which wasn't ideal.
Laird again, as we said, been really good so far. Now to Bond. Bond kicked to nobody except Port Adelaide. Lies up and running again, and Taylor Walker has not seen the footy of the first quarter.
It's come off his leg. It's a lasso.
Yeah, I reckon it's come off the shin. We'll have a look at the replay.
Don't think he gets a kick for that, though. So still be statless. But Port Adelaide...
How can it be? It's last possession.
Yeah, well, that's amazing. It
has to be.
No, it's not. He will not get a kick. He didn't get a possession for that.
Ball goes down to the members' wing, taken by Worrell, starting to find a bit of it. Miller has had the most with 7 disposals on the ground, followed by Laird, who's had 6, Willem Drew 6, Isaac Cumming 6, and Zach Butters with 6.
I don't like the ruckman forward for Port. I've never seen either of them do anything as a genuine forward. I think you're better to go smaller or Todd Marshall forward.
Wines has just snuck back onto the ground, and now he kicks the ball inside 50. It's congested. Vicentini got up high, never got near the ball. Off the pack, Joe Berry's got it. Here's a chance for a goal. He was dispossessed. Socket off the ground by Ware. Hit the post. Can you believe it?
Midway into the sort of goal square, socketed off the ground and just went off the side of his boot into the goal post.
Couldn't do that if you tried to. Port Adelaide leading by 12 points on the Toolkit Depot scoreboard. They got an auto sale on now.
Yeah, we talk about Taylor Walker, and the Crows weren't generally, when he plays well, they win, but he is 36, and you need some others to step up. Adelaide now go forward again. Port Adelaide have really done well. Bergman worked his way in front of the man we spoke about. Taylor Walker takes a neat mark. So, as we said, Porter weathered the storm. All those inside 50s had 2 points on the board early, the Crows. Kick up towards Butts. Nice mark. Pushed out Vicentini.
So Adelaide have done that well. They are forcing him to kick long down the line, and generally they've been able to intercept.
Port Adelaide by 12 points. That's a helicopter kick up towards the wing. A nice mark to Murray. Is that number 4?
Number 4.
I just wonder how long they'll persist with this. They've played a small player on Toby Murray. I reckon he's taken at least 2 contested marks and another one, probably 3 or 4 marks overall.
Well, his brother got dropped, but he's doing really well in his first showdown. Getting back as a Lear, could have marked, went for the fist.
Unusual,
deliberate.
Unusual from him. It can't be deliberate from a kick, but he's had a huge first quarter earlier. 6 disposals, leads equally with Port Adelaide players, but 2 intercept marks. It's been about 5 intercepts. Should have taken that one, but he's a problem back there for Adelaide.
37 seconds remaining in this first term. Sweet used his body well, jammed it on the boot. He's been good at that all year. Ball goes down towards Butts. Now it goes over the boundary line. And you can see the signs down there saying we are under 30 seconds of this first term. And Port Adelaide will take the honours. They lead by 12 points on the Toolkit Depot scoreboard. We'll have the goal of the year thanks to Credit Union SA, kicking goals in personal banking. At this stage it goes to Pedler. I'm sure we'll see better though. Ball goes down to ground level, close to the boundary line. Kept in by Peatling. Miller did well evasively, got it over towards Berry. He drives it long, big fist away. That was good work by DBJ. I think it was, no it wasn't. Yes, it was DBJ. And now the ball goes out of play, but we've only got about 9 seconds remaining.
Yeah, interesting quarter. Port Adelaide will lead and by a couple of goals, 3-2 to 1-2, low-scoring affair as Berry works it towards half-forward. Mark not taken, going up Lockie Jones, took a nice mark. That's the end of the quarter. The quarter went 28 minutes. I think Paul will be pretty happy with that after, as we said, the Crows had a lot of inside 50s picks. It's Port Adelaide by 12.
Yeah, just used it a bit better, a bit more efficient going inside forward 50. Adelaide just couldn't find a winner from their forwards inside 50. As Kane said, Aaliyah has held Phil Thorpe really well, and just the others, just the delivery hasn't been great.
All righty, we'll take a break. It's quarter time here at the Adelaide Oval in Showdown 59, and Port Adelaide leading 3-2 to 1-2. So it's a 12-point advantage, and that is on the Toolkit Depot scoreboard. This is the Showdown, and it's live on AFL Nation.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for Toolkit Depot. Toolkit Depot's auto sale is on now.
It's the place we can all play respectfully at nighttime. The Palace, Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club. Whether you're out for a couple of drinks or you're booking the Bucks party he'll never forget, The Palace is Adelaide's best. Undressed. Good times, great vibes. The Palace is Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club for a reason. Come along. Upstairs, 111 Hindley Street. Open from 8 p.m, 7 nights. So much fun. thepalace.com.au.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Bring your home to life from just $1,000 at our famous May Spend and Save. Right now, from just $1,000, you can bring your home to life with beautiful National Tiles for your entire family room and kitchen floors, or all your bathroom walls and floors. Yes, from just $1,000, with all National Tiles reduced. Absolutely no exceptions, but you'll have to be quick. So rush into National Tiles or go online now and save. Conditions apply.
Crows fans, don't get your feathers ruffled looking for a park this season. Get hassle-free game day parking at U-Park Topham. It's as easy as pre-booking your car park, then enjoying the short stroll to Adelaide Oval totally stress-free. Simply install the U-Park app, pre-book, then park. And the best bit, it only costs $12. Guarantee your spot and make game day parking convenient and affordable. Install the U-Park app today.
Looking for a corporate event or team building exercise that actually gets people excited? Think Paddle Fit at Adelaide's first paddle courts. It's the world's fastest growing sport and the fitness activity taking Adelaide by storm. Fast, social, addictive. It's a great place to hold your next private function, celebration or corporate event. Book in now. Download the app or visit the website. Paddle Fit, Adelaide's newest home of fun, fitness and unforgettable events.
Wherever there's adventure, you'll find the Isuzu D-Max. with greater fuel efficiency and up to 3.5 tonne towing capacity across the range. Meaning, wherever your adventures take you, the Isuzu D-Max has your back. The best part though, adventure is everywhere. Go find yours. Visit your Isuzu Ute dealer today.
Ever tried online dating, but when they show up, it's not quite what you expected? That's exactly what digital staging feels like for home buyers. In today's AI world, don't let your first impression be an oh no moment. Kixo Home Styling create real spaces that deliver an oh wow feeling using the latest furniture and styling designed to impress. Even better, there's no upfront cost. It's all settled when your property sells. When you're selling, tell your agent you want Kixo. That's Kixo.
Ugh, that's enough to send shudders down anyone's spine. Did you know termites cause more damage to Adelaide and Australian homes each year than fire and flood combined? That's over $1 billion. But there's a simple solution. Start with visual termite inspection from SA's leading pest control specialists. Your team from Murray's.
No worries with the team from Murray's.
Go to murraypestcontrol.com.au.
It's the place we can all play respectfully at nighttime. The Palace, Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club. Whether you're out for a couple of drinks or you're booking the Bucks party he'll never forget, The Palace is Adelaide's best. Undressed. Good times, great vibes. The Palace is Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club for a reason. Come along. Upstairs, 111 Hindley Street. Open from 8 p.m, 7 nights. So much fun. thepalace.com.au.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
Hard handball, gave it to Burgoyne, normally hits the target, and that's a beautiful kick to Georgiades. Can he complete the contract? He's normally better from the pockets. He'll be kicking from 48 metres out. Look at that. Have a look at that. It went like a dart.
Up to half forward, good mark to Pedler. He knows the long kick, swings round on his left, strikes it nicely. Wow. It's a terrific kick. It went on and on and on. And more importantly, it was accurate. Adelaide get there first.
Maccas, I'm loving it moments. Never miss a moment of footy with McDelivery.
Yes, just some of the highlights there, thanks to Maccas. I'm loving it moments. Kim Dillon, David Wildy, Mark Bickley and Kane Corns with you on a Friday night. Showdown 59. Port Adelaide leading by 12 points. Let's go to Kane. What caught your eye statistically?
Well, just a big story brewing. Chad's network of spies suggested that Taylor Walker may be out. He's not in blue on champion datas yet, but he's ripped the strapping off the wrist, Bix, which you think is a body language sign that he's done. Yep. Starting on the bench, looked very dejected during the quarter time.
The same glute, Kane.
Glute, which you wouldn't usually be ruled out. I would think it's more hammy glute because you usually persist with a glute, but I'm not a doctor. Inside 50s, 13-8 Adelaide's way. Thought they were wasteful. Port Adelaide, on the other hand, looked pretty potent when they went inside forward 50.
Yeah, 5 scores from 8 entries for Port.
Yeah. Port by 12 points. Taylor Walker hasn't touched the ball, nor has Vicentini or Todd Marshall.
Here we go, McAndrew, second quarter underway. Horn Francis allowed his teammate McKinlay to take it, but he got it back off him. This goes out wide, kick it to be nice, gave Berry no chance.
It's a good result.
Laird will get the free kick.
For Adelaide, they forced Horn Francis sideways. Kane talked about not letting him come out of the front. You can't do that. And in the end, he misses the kick and Adelaide get the lasso.
He's been good, Laird. One of the leading possession getters. Might get a few of those shortly, but Laird certainly had plenty of the foot. It's a longer kick for him. Alia pushed off his man. But, going well, there was Philthorpe back to Horn Francis. Here go Port Adelaide, though. Butters on the wing all on his own. Little short ball. Jenky kick was a beautiful kick. Finds Logan Evans. Evans now. Just taking his time. Crow's getting numbers back, so he's forced to go out wide. He goes back to Butters. Jeez, he just accumulated. He's going to end up with 35 again, you reckon, the way he's going. Out to Wines, only could put out the one arm. Wasn't a great kick, did him no service. Had to play right full
I thought it was okay, Wild. I just think Butters was too smart for Wines. He put it in the spot where Wines should have got there, and Wines didn't quite pick up the cues as quickly as he should have. But Butter's getting busy early, as is Horn Francis, 2 each to start the second term.
Throw in the right forward pocket, northern end of Adelaide Oval in front of the old scoreboard that has Port Adelaide leading by 12 points. Another possession for Butters. Smothered off the boot, then he hacks it mid-air. And it's kicking in danger, so the free kick will go to the Adelaide Crows.
Well, that's the only thing Bixon and I were talking about at quarter time is his efficiency. Just the one effective kick, and he's coughed up a few handballs as well. So he can try and bite off a bit more than he can chew sometimes, but you give him that licence.
Wayne Miller with his 10th possession, the most on the ground in Showdown 59. Everyone went up high, taken by Keys, got it out to Pedler. He's kicked Adelaide's only goal. Taken by Peatling along the boundary line. Fortunate bounce. Neil Bullen forced over the line there by Kane Farrell. So good result for both clubs, I'd say there. We're going to throw in from the Adelaide goal. Outer side, half forward flank, southern end, 60 metres away from Adelaide's next goal.
A low scoring affair. Port Adelaide by 12. Taylor Walker, we think his night might be done. We'll certainly know soon. McAndrew worked his way to front posse, goes to ground. Wines was good. Got tackled though. Butters again inefficient with a handball. Big tackle applied.
He's out. Officially out. Wilds. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, so big story. Didn't do anything in the first quarter, but he does straighten him up at times. McAndrew slapped it down to Neil Bullen. Threw it on the boot, into the pocket. Out comes Phil Thorpe. Well, Lear's been outstanding so far. They pat it back towards the boundary line, and Burn Jones happy to take him, the ball and his man out.
Might be a bit fortunate the fact that Toby Murray's in the team. They've still got some firepower or some marking power up forward, so Bergman rolls over onto Murray.
I reckon I'd be better off going with Curtin up forward. He's only had the one touch on the wing at this stage, but we'll keep an eye on it. Here we go. Throw it in the left forward pocket. Southern end of Adelaide Oval. Picked up by Rankin. Snap kick. Didn't quite get there. Keys kicked it 5 metres. Would have been a goal. Get some elevation, son. Rushed his work. Bergman's got it. They come out through Evans. Kicks long down the outer side. Ball at the back of the pack. I think it was a Falcon for Worrell almost. Joey Richards gets it. Has one bounce. Two bounces. Three bounces. Normally pretty good. And he wasn't that clever then. Got the handle over to Berry. Put him under pressure. Goes back to Whitlock. Snapshot towards goal. Ball still in play. Miller are looking for his 11th possession. And he does. Nice handball to Alex Neil Bullen.
Well called, Kimbo. He's been outstanding. And Murray, this man too, he's been a revelation early. Mark number 5, we think, now to Pedler. 3-2 to 1-2. You think it's raining cats and dogs, but it's perfect conditions out there.
He's going all right too, the big fella McAndrew.
No one to kick to. They look up the field. He's forced to go long. As Chad Corns leaves the box, goes over the back door. Burn Jones to Bergman. Doesn't have to worry about Walker anymore. Back to Burn Jones. Standing start. Brings along the wing. Up high there was coming. Didn't complete the deal. Good tackle there by Pedler on Sweet. He's going nowhere.
So they're happy for Miller to be loose behind the ball. Just watching him now, he's just sort of doing as he pleases off the back of this stoppage, and that's dangerous because I think he's the best kick in their side with Rankin, and he's having a big influence.
Loose ball goes down towards Cummings. He's been pretty good, wrapped up in a tackle there. We'll have a ball up.
Particularly when you've got someone like Bond. Wouldn't you want him to be the loose?
Yep.
So Durden has done a role before, but just look at Miller now. He's pushed up pretty close to the stoppage.
Oh, how good was the tap from Sweet down to Horn Francis, but a free kick's been given away.
It's not working.
Borrell's free.
Can we just make a move? Marshall hasn't touched the footy. Put Marshall forward, get Vicentini off, which is coming off now.
He just seems very reluctant to move Marshall from defence, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's almost stubborn on that one. Ball goes to the outer side. So Adelaide just trying to rearrange people. With the switch, risky kick goes into Miller. He's been called to play on. Normally hits his targets. That's a beauty. And he spotted up Neil Bullen it is. He plays on, so they go long inside 50. Where's Thilthorpe? Had his hands on it. At the back of the pack was Burgoyne. Clearing kick. Not 15. Told to play on. Bergman had it. Out to Horn Francis. Handball was really good to Evans. Sweeping handball. They get out to Joey Berry. Runs into trouble. Gee, that was a good one by the other Berry that tackled him. Wines gets it. The kick's good. Port should be out. Butters over the top.
And here goes Horn Francis. 60 out from goal. Tinky kick. Too good. When you got Georgiadis on a lead, you cannot stop him, and the delivery was silver service.
Well, just the chaos ball. There was a couple of times where it looked like Adelaide might have forced the turnover, but Horn Francis kept his feet, kept pumping forward as well, and he ends up shoulders out, 1v none. He's going to hit that kick 99 out of 100.
I'm not sure there's a better person you'd rather lead to under no pressure. He's just got a nice weight on the ball when he and he does look lower, and he looks for that 20-metre hit up, which forwards love.
Game number 100. He's got a goal already. 19 goals for the year. One of the form players of the competition. Mitchie Georgiades, kick on his way. And I reckon he's pulled it. He's pulled it left. And it's a minor score. So goals have to come by tonight. Port Adelaide 3-3. Adelaide a 1-2. Toolkit Depot scoreboard.
Josh Worrell to bring the ball back into play. Did we think it was going to be a low-scoring game, boys?
Not this low-scoring.
No. Gee, perfect conditions. Ball goes to the outer side. Good mark taken by Borlase.
Just the crowd getting restless. No doubt about that. You can feel the anxiety rising from the Adelaide fans.
Oh, there's a hold there on Philthorpe. He gets the free kick. I reckon the game will open up in the second half or late this quarter. Philthorpe goes long. Good use of the body by Rochelle. He's been unsighted. That was clever. Snapshot the goal.
Missed.
He's a little freak, isn't he?
Just missed.
Just missed.
Just had more time than he realised. I just didn't think he needed to kick it after taking 2 steps. Probably could have steadied and...
Yeah. Good call, Bix. Keys did the same thing. There's been a few rushed attempts at shots on goal.
Perceived pressure. Ball comes into Bergman.
He's been good tonight, Bergman, at an indifferent year tonight. As we said, started them Walker, no Taylor Walker to contend with. So Logan Evans goes back to Bergman. They wax.
Play on.
And a little short ball to Butters to Lai. Lai runs the boundary line. He's at half back on the eastern wing. Kicks up towards Georgiades, had his hands on it. Worrell comes in. Here goes Richard. Free kick.
They were out.
Wow.
That would have been a walk-in goal. I think the free kick was there. He's hurt.
Worrell
as well, Worrell. But, yeah, they were out
well,
because...
it was Braves, didn't he? Worrell left his man, came forward.
So just Worrell, slow to get up. Have a look at the replay. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah. A short ball dangerously to Alex Neil-Bullen again.
Worrell just a little winded.
What are we? Played the second quarter, 8 minutes. Adelaide have 1 goal on the board in the quarter in 8 minutes. Incredible. At the back, they might get 2. Keys can look at the goals. And Benny Keys.
Was it true?
Hey, we all thought it missed to the left. All of us.
Well, the
it must have snuck in.
The goal umpire took
sprinted to the right.
Guys, tell you, Zach Butters gave it to him, so then Keys gave it back to him.
I was flat as a push biscuit. I thought he'd miss there for about 10, 15 metres. Goal to Adelaide. Unlikely, but it's a goal.
Wow, take us through it.
I'm just watching the big contest. Still thought competed. And I reckon, I'm not sure who was on Keys, but he just found himself at the back of the pack. Butters was the closest guy to him. Just got caught ball watching. The ball fell to Keys. And it must have swung back to the right late because it looked like the goal umpire had taken a heap of ground. But that's a very much needed goal for the Adelaide Footy Club.
Well, considering when you think Port Adelaide would have walked into a goal up the other end if the free kick against Georgiades wasn't paid, and that was 50-50. So 2-goal swing. Adelaide needed it. Crowd looking to get involved. They need any excuse. Maybe that is one of them.
Margin back to 6 points on the Toolkit Depot scoreboard. Big McAndrew had a windy woof. Just got his boot to it. Went about 5 metres. Taken by Sam Berry. Drives it in long. Alir front position. Loose ball taken by Pedler. Handball goes out. That'll be on the ball. Keys, you're not that strong to be taken on Lockie Jones with a don't argue.
Jones has been really good tonight.
He's a powerful young man. He just needs a good run at it with no injuries because no one's got any idea what his ceiling is. He's hot and cold. He drives it long. McAndrew front position. Had it, lost it. Should have held it. Handball came out to Berry. He has a fumble. Slaps it forward. Taken by Cook. Normally pretty good. The ball comes out wide. Taken by Kilthorpe. Back to Pedler. Handball now's a sweeping one. Gets it to Neil-Bullen. Plays for a free kick. Umpire wouldn't buy into it. They let it go. Here's a snapshot from Rochelle. Should have done better.
I just can't understand.
Panic.
It looked like he might have been holding the ball. This is the one. That one there, well, I reckon he played for that, but this is the one here, when Durden gets dragged down, didn't make connection with the footy. I thought that might have been holding the ball.
Yeah, Alex Neil-Bullen played for the first one. Second one was there. Umpire let it go. Doesn't matter. Rochelle should have done better, but margin down to 5.
The game's got the hallmarks of another close one. You get the feeling 21-16, only 5 points less than a kick.
I think the ground ball's inside forward 50, a bit of an issue for Port. When it hits the ground, Adelaide looking pretty dangerous.
Port try and exit that defence. On the western wing they do. Kick to a 2-on-2. McAndrew there as well. Rankin was good. Berry's been good too. Berry for Adelaide. Done some really nice things. They backdoor it to Butts. Butts never knows really what to do with it. So he kicks a half kick, half in, half out, but somehow ends up towards Neil-Bullen. Berry again.
Fumble.
He's fighting the big fight, goes after again. Get his stats there too. Big Sam Berry ends up with Whitlock. What can the Crows do here? They're working out through Taylor to Bickley.
They're out.
Here's a chance now. Ends up with the Michaelani through the bullseye. Tries to spot a man. Kick overcooked the footy to Lear. Perfect delivery for him.
Oh, we talk about perceived pressure in the moments and a showdown. It's a different type of pressure, and there's big mistakes coming when they shouldn't. A little bit of composure required. Joey Berry's got it, been a little bit quiet. Got a lot of talent, though. Ball comes back to Alir. He's been like a rock. Nice kick. Up the middle.
Oh, that could be 50.
He was looking for it Wines against Rochelle, but you can just notice the difference when Butters and Horne-Francis aren't on the ground. So I think they need to stagger the rest. They're both on the bench at the moment, and I think that's given Adelaide the momentum in this game.
Switch back to Josh Lai on the members' side. He goes short down to the boundary line. The interchange Benson has been taken by Burgoyne. Waiting to come back on Laird and Farrell and Ware and the Horn Dog. Long kick. Oh, Miller was there. Nearly took it. Couldn't. Berry's getting into the game. Well done by Durden. Loose ball. Handball came over from Moraes. Ducking his head there was Whitlock. Now an opportunity. Berry's getting really busy. Back there. Horn Dog is on. Takes a great mark. McGain real estate mark of the day. Showed great courage.
Oh, he did, because it was Thilthorpe. He's probably 20 kilograms there coming straight at him. He knew it was coming. Didn't deviate. Straight off the interchange bench into the action. He's a bit sore, a little corky, but he'll be all right.
Sam Berry up to 8 possessions. Jacob Ware now puts Port Adelaide well inside the attacking 50. Is it a mark to Sweet or the man in front?
He's giving it to Sweet.
Wow, I thought Miller had plenty of it.
Man in front too.
Let's go to the replay, boys. Thanks
He's
to
taking that out.
brothers.
Let's have a look.
Well, the replay's showing Horne-Francis at the moment.
I reckon Miller had a big piece of that. Let's have a look here. The replay, Bix. Man in front.
Got big hands, Sweetie.
Marshall has gone forward as well, so they've been listening to us. Todd Marshall's got to get involved, and that halfback experiment appears to be over.
Sweet can kick a goal. He's only 45 out. Similar angle. Northern end, kick on its way. He's coming back, I reckon. No, not enough. Did come back a little bit. It's a minor score, so Port Adelaide's turn to miss 3-4. Adelaide 2-4. Took it Debo scoreboard.
Well, if you're tuning in from anywhere around Australia, that was a terrible re-entry. We'll go back to the play. Georgiades takes it. He misses the target. Awkward bounce for Alex Neil-Bullen. Picked it up. That was good play. Handball was okay. Got it to Pedler. To Miller again. Oh, dropping it was Peatling. He gets it back towards Pedler. They're putting themselves under pressure. Goes back to Miller. A good vision. Not running at the ball, though, Berry. And he paid the price. Good spoil by Alir. And now the ball goes over the boundary line, and Adelaide should have done better.
Had to. Wayne Miller was close enough. He's standing the mark and going the wrong way as well.
Zach Butters now leading all comers with possessions. This will be number 14.
Yeah, we thought he might get the most on the ground. He always generally does. Butters goes a long way back.
Big switch on.
To Bergman. So he'll go. They've taken it right to the far side. Now what can they do here? Darcy Byrne-Jones.
Adelaide did a good job, didn't they? Shutting down all those options.
He's a veteran. Little short ball to Joey Richards. Called a play on, I think. Wow. He tried to claim the mark. Umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. They'll ball it up.
This is where umpires aren't courageous. If it's not a mark and he lies on the footy, he's either got to get rid of it.
But he marked it.
Just did the flop. Yeah, great.
Maybe it hit the ground. I don't know, but just be one or the other. You can't be half pregnant.
Till Neil-Bullen's doing some good stuff too, working overtime. He's the only premiership player out there. Kane on the ground, Neil-Bullen.
I reckon he would be.
Yeah, he's been good too. Started doing some hard stuff. We know he does. Trying to bed down there with Vizentini. Richards did well. Just a little fumble there from Farrell.
Horne-Francis gone a full forward. Quickly. So Michael Aney's got the matchup. It's a good matchup. It's almost the perfectly suited matchup for Adelaide to take him.
Gee, game evenly poised now. I think it's going to open up very shortly. Big tackle on Murray. That was from Willem Drew. So the big fella's getting down and dirty like McAndrew has.
And Curtin forward for Adelaide to take the place of Taylor Walker, who's out for the game.
Makes a lot of sense. I like that one. He's had no impact on the wing, and he might get an opportunity now or shortly. Ball goes out to Saligo. Kicks it out wide. Just taken inside the boundary line by Thilthorpe. They should be trying to get it in quickly to Curtin. He takes way too long. Now he drives it. Keeps it low. Goes to the pocket. Pedler was more gymnastic than effective. And the ball goes out of play in the left forward pocket.
And that's going to be the issue. When Thilthorpe take takes the mark and Murray's in the ruck. They don't really have much, and as much as Curtin has got a little bit of height,
6'5",
hasn't played a whole lot of footy up forward.
She marking contests are hard. Pedler got absolutely smashed when going for the footy. We saw Aaron Norton last week almost break his neck. Ball to ground. Berry again. We said he's lifted his game. He took a 4. He gave plenty of time on. Oh, Murray's kicked the goal.
Well, it was a late whistle. You thought it was holding the ball, but then when he let the whistle go late, well, he's disposed of it. He actually got himself out of the tackle. So it's play on, and the goal was kicked.
Toby Murray had his big moment there, stole from him.
Unless he paid throw, we're a bit blindsided from our position.
Okay, so Aaliyah. Great battle with Philthorpe tonight. Port Adelaide just working their way forward. They got the ball at half-back. Richards.
Just watching Rankin standing the mark now. Really hasn't had any influence on this game yet.
So they just square the ball down the side again. Do this well, Port Adelaide. Farrell with the footy. The left-footed, normally very good, but dangerous. Making it look good was Aaliyah. Now they got the backup. Here they go. What can they do? Moraes out towards Bergman. Bouncing ball. He traps it. Has to put a foot wrong tonight, Miles Bergman. Slaps it back in the Richards direction, back to Bergman. What's Bergman's stats?
No, he's been pretty good. This will be number 14.
Yeah, well, he's on.
They do play a high possession game, aren't they? When they've got that free player, they'll kick it. This will be about 3 or 4 kicks that have gone 15 metres.
He's not a high possession player normally. The ball up to half forward. Cumming couldn't take it. Whitlock did well. Got to Visitini. The two big men combined beautifully. Here's Jason Horne-Francis. Spotted something I thought he liked. Was only a crow. Doing well was Keys getting back to help out the defence.
And he goes laterally to the outer half-back flank, and the mark's been taken by Braden Cook. Port Adelaide now, they're getting back well defensively, so Adelaide's got nowhere to go.
It's good work rate from Keys, though. I mean, that's what you are tasked to do as a modern high half forward. Get back in defensive 50. Take the intercept mark.
Braden Cook goes down the line, or nearly a good mark taken by Lai, and it's been paid. So that's good defensive play by Port Adelaide. There's just 6 points in this game. Oh, it's gone the other way.
No, it's just telling you to
go. Clear out.
Only 6 points in this game. Low-scoring affair, 2-4 to 3-4. 22 plays 16. The kick goes up to centre half forward. Big fist away by Borlase. Taken there by Laird. Wrapped up in a tackle by Georgiades. And we'll have a ball up about 58 metres away from the Port Adelaide goal. Who we got in the square back there? Marshall opposed to Butts.
Ball 60 out from Port's goal. Just watching Soligo, Bixie still can't quite find his form of recent years.
Yeah, well, he comes in off a good game last week. He had 40 possessions in the sample. Just looking at the inside 50s, Adelaide 22 to Port Adelaide 14. So pretty dominant in that area. Just can't find a winner ahead of the ball.
Well, Toby Murray's been good tonight, as we said. He's up against Vicentini. Vicentini, the bigger body, got the ball to ground. Horne-Francis to Ware. 60 out from goal. Got it on his left foot, which is his normal foot. Kicks in the pocket. Nice Mark Miller. Just having a field day. In fact, he's having a field year. Nice kick into the pocket to Butts. They should be away. They've got 2-on-2s down the ground. It's on the western wing, and that's the way he goes. A chance for a training through Lockie Jones and Zach Taylor.
Zach Taylor's been very ordinary.
He has. The bigger body one out there in Jones.
One touch.
And not a good kick by Butts, and that's his Achilles heel.
Well, but it wasn't a great option, though. Zach Taylor should have been leading up towards him.
Moraes got the ball to ground. Farrell has to go hard after it again. Had traffic coming the other way. Berry working hard, as we said before. It ends up with Rankin, Isaac Rankin. Cooler head, cooler mind. In the end, a pretty good kick to Pedler. Kick was perfect.
Philthorpe in the square.
He waited and waited. Philthorpe's front in the pocket's going to go there. What's a kick like? Philthorpe couldn't. It's one of those nights almost again.
Well, the service has been poor, though. He just needed to put it up to the top of the goal square. It went far too wide, and he was worried about it going out on the full, which just didn't give him an opportunity. Put an advantage side, let him run and jump at it and give him an opportunity. The kick was poor. Their kicking and their entries have let them down tonight.
Not a great boundary throw in. It favoured Vicentini, then wrapped up in a tackle, I think was Bergman. Yeah, he's back onto the ground. He went for a very quick spell.
Good effort. Soligo hit him really hard.
So we've got a ball up about 20 metres away from the Adelaide goal. Vicentini just dropped it down. Soligo jammed it onto his boot, smothered off the boot, picked up there by Evans. Play on's the call. Butters' handball was good. Smothered off the boot of Bergman by Keys. So Adelaide crowd another opportunity with a throw in the left forward pocket. River Torrens end of the Adelaide Oval. This is AFL Nation. thanks to DD and the Toolkit Depot scoreboard, has Port leading by 6 points. And we got 4.5 minutes remaining in this second term. Vicentini, front position again. Adelaide need to wake up to that. And that's called a throw. So the free kick will go back to Farrell, I think.
Rankin did some good stuff there, but in the end just caught out. He didn't think it was a throw, but looked to be one from here. So Burgoyne will take it.
We talked about him just struggling to get into the game. What he has done, though, in the last perhaps 5 minutes, he's got his hand on the ball. Hasn't been super effective, but looks like he's working really hard to try and have an impact.
Yeah, Burgoyne looking a little proppy too.
Yeah, Miller, Butters and Bergman leading possession, get us on the ground round the 15. So it goes out to the outer wing. Port Adelaide have pretty well gone there all night. The umpire's picked out a free kick for Shepherd. He's going to Adelaide. You hear that in the effects, Mike. And it's Murray again. It's been really good, as we said. The kick from Laird was poor, almost getting Falcon there with Philthorpe. Ended up his hands, but he got two defenders to contend with.
I don't reckon the kick was poor. I reckon the kick was perfect. But
you reckon?
I think Philthorpe thought the guy in front of him, the Port Adelaide player, was going to come back and affect it.
Well, he kicked to a 2-on-1 then.
But it didn't. He dropped it in the middle, and then Philthorpe ended up dropping the mark.
Now, both sides got to wake up to this boundary umpire. He can't throw the ball very far. Vicentini's got front position again. He reads it. He knows. Adelaide haven't been that smart. Very big tackle. That's on Bergman. So they're keeping it inside 50 with a lot of inside 50 tackles. They're giving themselves an opportunity, but Port Adelaide holding up well. Yep. You heard Kano then. The pressure is building. Something has to break, surely. Paddled forward by Saligo. Ball out of play again. Surely they'll get front position this time in the ruck throw-in.
Yeah, you just got to, as a midfielder, you've got to be selfless and clear out from space, get your guns around the footy, get them on the move at speed, and usually a defender will panic, grab a Guernsey, and miss tackles we saw last night. It can happen, but you've got to get on the move.
Toby Murray got front position that time. Ball goes down. Good tackle by... Oh, that's a slinging of the head, nearly.
Definitely slammed his head into the ground. He didn't... Yeah, that's trouble,
Bergman,
I think, for Berry.
Tell you what, 3 goals to 2. Can you believe that on perfect conditions? Crows now trying to work it forward through Laird. Oh! And almost to mark here, coming through the Crows zone. Gets a long kick from Farrell back towards the centre. It's all about a little bit of luck here. Who's going to pick it up? The Crows. Jim Miller has been outstanding too. Now Michael Lenny needs a cool head. Found Butts. Butts' kick to a one-on-one, not great again. Horn Francis did beautifully. Spills out to Georgiadis. Just looks up. What's on offer? Not a lot. Miller comes out like he's leading towards the ball. What a game he's playing. Going after now Cook. He got absolutely collapsed on. Should win the free kick. Will. So we approach half-time. Can you believe the score? Port Adelaide are 3-4. Adelaide are 2-4.
Just reckon Adelaide are going to do something in a moment. They're just...
Got that feeling of you?
They're in control. I think their backs look really rock solid, led by Miller. When it hits the deck in their back line, they just look safe. Extra numbers there.
Would you tag him, Kane?
Yeah, I'd put a defensive type on him. Wouldn't be a hard tag, but someone like Durden. But they're kicking going the other way.
Oh, there's another bad kick. Sorry, Kano. Josh Ly's kick was poor. He was looking for Richards. Cummings has been solid. Mind you, the kick before from... That was Creighton Cook was terrible. He's normally better than that. Adelaide giving themselves chances. They want to do it quickly, though, because we see that many momentum shifts in games. They've got 2 minutes 20 remaining in this quarter. Got the throw in on the half-forward flank. Vicentini got a big fist away. Not sure if he's out of possession yet. We'll check on that shortly. Wines has been pretty good. There's an airy. Good pressure by Toby Murray. Crowdbon holding the ball. I think Peatling was caught holding the ball. Umpire said, I'll let it go.
Jeez,
now it goes to Rankin. Handball goes back. He went to the ruckman, McAndrew. He drives it into a 2-on-2. Ball at the back of the pack. Lear says that's too easy, but he has a fumble taken there by Zach Taylor. Rochelle, goal! We thought it might happen. Scores locked away with 1:55 left on the clock.
Well, just little things. You called it. It was scrappy. Port Adelaide had to get the ball across the boundary line, go to stoppage. Adelaide did a pretty good job at keeping it in. Then it went in. Port Adelaide had the extra number with Lockie Jones behind the ball and Alir at the back. Fumbles will kill you because Alir had an uncontested ground ball in his defensive 50 and he fumbled it. And Rochelle, he's not going to miss 3 in a row this quarter. He'd missed a couple of easy ones for him. He's not going to miss that. Really clever finish. Went underneath the Port Adelaide defender. Easy, almost walk-in layup goal for him, but just some big errors. And Bix, you mentioned the ground balls inside Adelaide's forward 50. Absolutely dominant
line. They're running where? It's been okay tonight too. He's 60 out from goal. Set sail towards full forward. George Artis might get a jumper to push down. It's a Millerer. Wayne Millerer.
This will be
best on ground by a mile.
Yeah, number 18.
Wow.
So I'll look up his career high.
And some really important ones
I reckon
like
against
that.
Collingwood had 34 or something Kane early in the year, which was outstanding. He's an outstanding year. So the Crows now with the momentum. Sweet couldn't take the mark. Spills free. Beats McKinley and goes out of play.
Good memory from you. No CTE there. 34 he's had against Collingwood. You're right.
22 apiece
in that win.
I'll tell you what, Kano can't comment because he's giving votes for the Showdown medal, but it's fair to say at the moment, Wade Millerer would be in line to win his first. What a tap from McAndrew. Gives it over towards Rankin. Has two bounces.
Ran a long way.
He had two bounces. Too far.
The last one he ran a long way, I think.
In my head, I'm thinking to myself, that's a long way.
Well, I want to see that one again. We know it happened to him at the MCG against Collingwood. Here's the replay. One bounce, too soon.
Right,
two bounces,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Come on.
Maybe no.
About 15 steps already.
A terrible decision. Good strong mark there by Wines. He was grabbed anyway for a hold. So Port Adelaide might get the last score.
Good overhead.
Yeah. Ollie Wines.
Crowd's filthy.
He's been good tonight, Kane, too.
Solid, doing his job. Veteran.
That's not running too far.
Should be a 300 game, you'd think. Another year for Ollie. The way he's going big. Fist came from behind. Boundary line looms. Adelaide will be content to see it over and out.
Is it Toby Murray? Yeah, it was.
Push. Oh, my goodness me.
What?
I don't think anyone even called for that. Butters didn't. Just got up and went about his business.
Well, Zach Butters slow to get up, but he slung into the fence. So
I reckon it was just a shoulder-on-shoulder bump as they were both going for the footy.
Doesn't kick a lot of goals.
We've got 38 seconds, boys. Kano, can he kick 48?
Yeah, he'll come around. He'll give himself a nice arc to work with. Kick from 48. Adelaide onto it.
He's a big-time player at a big-time moment here.
If he comes around before he comes back into play, is that play on?
Yeah, he's run straight. I'll tell you what, he's kicked a magnificent goal. Zachy Butters, take a bow. That was brilliant.
I really want to see the replay again because nobody remonstrated to say, is that a push in the back?
But the finish was unbelievable, Bix.
It was.
Here we go. Let's have a look at it. Big fist away by Toby Murray. Ball was going out of play.
Oh, no.
Oh, my goodness.
You can hear the crowd.
Butters ran into the fence himself.
Oh, my goodness.
Disgraceful decision.
Wow.
Oh, they just...
Watch this. He gets up and then runs in the fence.
That was ridiculous against Saligo. That is one of the worst ones I've ever seen. And to penalise Rankin down the other end,
I would have given
stay
away
out of the game. Let the players play.
15 free kicks against.
It's unbelievable.
Every game if they paid those.
Even Zach couldn't believe his luck.
Wow. All right, ball back centre field. We're in for the big second half. Port Adelaide leading by 6 points.
They needed it.
Been an arm wrestle. They certainly did. That's holding the ball. No, he got the handball away. Big Jordan Sweet. Now Socket off the ground. Loose ball. It's a race for pace. Bond gets it. Went back into the traffic, but that paid off. Gave it to the best man on the ground in Millerer, who puts it out wide to Saligo. Half-time, boys, and it's fair to say it's a pro-Adelaide crowd because it's an Adelaide home game, but they are filthy at the moment.
Well, the free kicks are 11 apiece, but it's been a couple that have been a little bit controversial, whether it be around goal or in front of goal. And that last one, bit of recency bias. That was fresh in their mind after what appeared to be a pretty dodgy free kick to Zach Butters, and he went back and kicked a great goal.
All right, well, give ourselves a little bit of time. It's Port Adelaide leading by 6 points, 3-4 to 4-4. Kano,
yes.
In a word, who was the best side in the first half?
Oh,
what's your gut telling you?
My gut is telling me Adelaide will get momentum at some point and win this game of footy, but they both have looked ordinary. There's a lot of areas that they need to clean up on at half-time. Who can address that? The best who can watch the vision, address some issues, get your matchups right. They got to sort out Wayne Millerer, though, if you're a Port Adelaide forward. Cannot allow him to have another 20 in the second half.
He has been absolutely enormous. So it's Port Adelaide leading by 6 points after a late goal to Zach Butters, probably the best goal of his career. It was an absolute beauty. This is the Showdown on AFL Nation for DDSIDD, and the Toolkit Depot scoreboard has the Power leading by 6 points.
Running towards goal. Whoa, that's holding the ball.
That commentary with a little adult twist is brought to you by Sexyland. They get it, now so can you. Right to the final siren.
Australia's biggest range of sexy costumes, lingerie, couples toys and fun gifts and games for adults. Sexyland. Open till midnight, 7 days a week in 3 locations, including St Mary's Store. Or shop online for 2-hour delivery at sexyland.com.au. Take me now, Sexyland.
Wherever there's adventure, you'll find the Isuzu D-Max. With greater fuel efficiency and up to 3.5-tonne towing capacity across the range. Meaning, wherever your adventures take you, the Isuzu D-Max has your back. The best part though, adventure is everywhere. Go find yours. Visit your Isuzu Ute dealer today.
Go your own way. Crows fans, don't get your feathers ruffled looking for a park this season. Get hassle-free game day parking at UPark Topham. It's as easy as pre-booking your car park, then enjoying the short stroll to Adelaide Oval totally stress-free. Simply install the UPark app, pre-book, then park. And the best bit, it only costs $12. Guarantee your spot and make game day parking convenient and affordable. Install the UPark app today.
Everywhere you look, there's a sign popping up saying sold by McGain again. McGain Real Estate, celebrating 50 years helping South Australians reach their real estate dreams. Contact your local McGain agent today.
When you're serious about getting the job done, you need equipment that delivers day after day. The Coyote range is built tough in South Korea with reliable diesel power, smooth transmission, serious lift capacity and all-day comfort across 25 to 140 horsepower tractors. Plus, check out the Coyote zero-turn mowers and skid steers ready to tackle any job. Backed by local dealer support. Explore the full Coyote range in the new catalogue out now at your local dealer. Coyote, we've got you covered.
Imagine being invisible. You could mess with someone's mind, sneak up on them, and they wouldn't know you're there. Even scare them to death. When you speed on our roads, that's what happens, because no one sees you coming. Think road safety. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Good health is contagious. And at Bupa, we're helping it spread around Australia by helping our almost 4 million members live healthier. Search Bupa Health Insurance today. Proud member partner of Carlton Football Club.
Adelaide, meet your new obsession. It's the world's fastest growing sport. Fast, social, addictive. Welcome to PaddleFit, Australia's first dedicated paddle facility. Think tennis meets squash, but way more fun. Close to the city with on-site parking, it's so easy to get involved. You can play casually, join social sessions or book coaching. PaddleFit. Go on, give it a shot. Download the PaddleFit app and book online. PaddleFit, Adelaide's new home of fun and fitness.
It's the place we can all play respectfully at nighttime. The Palace, Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club. Whether you're out for a couple of drinks or you're booking the Bucks party he'll never forget, the Palace is Adelaide's best. Undressed. Good times, great vibes. The Palace is Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club for a reason. Come along. Upstairs, 111 Hindley Street. Open from 8 p.m, 7 nights. So much fun. Thepalace.com.au.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
There's a fumble taken there by Zach Taylor. Richelli, goal! We thought it might happen. Scores locked away.
Yeah, he's run straight. I'll tell you what, he's kicked a magnificent goal. Zachy Butters, take a bow. That was brilliant.
Maccas, I'm loving it moments. Never miss a moment of footy with McDelivery.
Yes, welcome back to the Adelaide Oval. Just a few Maccas I'm loving at moments there. Not too many because we've only had 7 goals kicked in the game between the two sides and the conditions are absolutely perfect. Kim Dillon with you along with David Wildy, Mark Bickley and Kane Corns. Let's get into the halftime floor show for Choices Flooring.
The Halftime Floor Show for Choices Flooring. Beautiful floors, smart choices. Win a Dyson daily.
Choices Flooring helping you make the right choice. Half-time here, it's 3-4 to 4-4. At quarter time, Port Adelaide led by 12 points. The margin now 6 points. So Adelaide winning the second term. Kano and Mark Bickley, what caught your eye with the team statistics?
Yeah, just probably the inside 50s are the big one when you look at the discrepancy there. So I'm just trying to pull that up.
25 to 18 on the inside 50s, yep.
Yeah, 25 to 18, which sort of Adelaide have won the ball and their defence has done pretty well. They've gone inside 50 a lot of times. So the Port Adelaide defence has held up pretty well. We talked about the ground balls was where Adelaide looked most dangerous, had a couple of shots on goal, had a couple of half chances, but haven't quite been able to get full value for money in terms of the amount of times they've had the ball in hand close to goal, haven't quite finished off as well as what they should have. Whereas Port, when they went in, like say 18 entries for the way that they ended up finishing, 8 shots from 18 entries, was a bit more efficient than Adelaide's 7 shots from 25 entries.
I don't know if you got it there, Kano, but it feels like just calling the game, if who's got the most possession or who's had possession of the footy the most, would it be Adelaide maybe 60?
Yeah, no,
60, 40
it's pretty
or
even.
Yeah.
They're only +6 in terms of disposals. Uncontested marks, pretty similar. Like Port Adelaide are a high uncontested mark team, so they're below their average. They've been sort of upwards around 130 at stages this year. Just 47 in the first half, Adelaide 38. Pretty even. Like other than that inside 50 count, clearances, Port Adelaide are on top +5. Ground balls around the ground, as Bix has sort of mentioned, and in their forward 50, they're winning contested possessions even. Scoreboards even. So, look, I think you'd rather be in Adelaide's group at halftime, because if they can just tidy up that centre forward last possession where they've had some golden opportunities, they probably left 3 or 4 goals out there, a couple in the first quarter, certainly 2 or 3 in the second quarter. I think they should be 3 or 4 goals up, and I just wonder where Port's goals are going to come from. George Yard's been really well held. If it's not him, as we discussed before the game, who is it? Got 1 goal from Wines, 1 goal for Butters. They're not noted goal kickers. Very rarely do they kick a goal. So who's it going to be?
And it's a lot to ask of Jack Whitlock, isn't it?
Yeah, so you're going to have to kick, I reckon you have to kick 12 goals to win. Where are Port Adelaide's 8 goals going to come from?
Good question.
You sort of feel like they look most likely when they get that really explosive stoppage clearance. We saw Horn Francis come out in the front of the stoppage once, but just looking at the clearances, nobody's really dominated. Like Saligo's had 3, Horn Francis 3, Neil Bullen 2, Cook 2, Burgoyne 2. It's not the usual suspects that are getting a stack of the clearances. And then in terms of centre clearances, it's really Jake Saligo's the only player on the ground who's had more than 1 centre clearance. So it's just been a bit of a mishmash of all different types. No one really dominating around stoppage.
We'll go through some of the individual players a little bit later with David Wildy. This is the Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season. Port Adelaide leading by 6 points. Let's go through some of the awards. This is going to be easy for you boys, I think. Who's been the best defender thanks to Murray Pest Control?
Yeah, Miller has been enormous. So 19, he's going at 82% by foot. 3 intercept marks, which is the most on the ground, with Aaliyah, who's also had 3. That's 8 apiece for both Adelaide and Port Adelaide. So an important stat, but Miller has been courageous. He's been excellent by foot. He looks sharp. He looks fit, and they haven't had an answer for him.
Might get the same answer here. Who's made it look simple thanks to Revo Fitness? Training made simple.
I think it's been a fairly hotly contested game, but he's probably the one that's, particularly when you play deep in defence, he's looked the most composed with ball in hand. He's probably made the least amount of errors. Zach Butters, I was just looking at his numbers. He's had 5 clangers. You know, we talked about him being a little bit untidy, so he's been getting the footy, but hasn't quite been as devastating as we know he can be, although what he did make look simple was that goal that he kicked late on. He was right up against the boundary line deep in the second quarter and kicked an absolute ripper. For a guy who's not a known goal kicker, he really enjoyed that.
That's thanks to Revo Fitness. No lock-ins, 24/7 gyms from $9.69 per week. I just want to give an honourable mention for making it look simple. I think Bergman just showing signs of getting back to not his best, but just
he's been good.
Yeah, a little bit better.
I don't think you can fold his performance, but he's been helped by the coach. Like, just leave him back. Like, they're desperate for running defenders who can play tall and small. So the midfield's going pretty well at Port. So he's benefited from the coach just settling him down in defence.
All right, we'll jump into a break. Port Adelaide leading by 6 points. It's half-time. When we come back, David Wildy will go through the goal of the day contenders. There's been a few beauties. We got the mark of the day thanks to McGain Real Estate. That was Choices Flooring half-time show, or part of it. Style, comfort, quality, helping you choose with confidence.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
It's the place we can all play respectfully at nighttime. The Palace, Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club. Whether you're out for a couple of drinks or you're booking the Bucks party he'll never forget, the Palace is Adelaide's best. Undressed. Good times, great vibes. The Palace is Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club for a reason. Come along. Upstairs, 111 Hindley Street. Open from 8 p.m, 7 nights. So much fun. thepalace.com.au.
Visiting Adelaide? Stop into Harbour Town Premium Outlets. Discover over 100 big sports and designer brands with savings up to 70% off. Just 5 minutes from Adelaide Airport. Grab a bite to eat and recharge in our guest lounge with free luggage storage, free Wi-Fi and device charging. Before or after your flight, we've got you covered. Harbour Town Premium Outlets. Big brands, bigger savings. Visit harbourtownadelaide.com.au for more details.
Ever tried to use a banking app that feels half-baked? Slow payments, clunky menus, notifications that are useless. It can feel like apps don't care or don't listen. At Credit Union SA, we've built a faster, better banking app with easier shared payments, secure mail messages, and simpler navigation. All from member feedback. Say no to half-baked banking. Search the Credit Union SA app, built around real South Australians.
If you're a landlord looking to sell but worried about disrupting an awesome tenant, McGain Real Estate has buyers ready to purchase and keep your tenant, saving you thousands on marketing. There's a reason you keep seeing signs saying sold by McGain. Again. Visit McGain.com.au.
The Repco Rewards birthday is here and you're invited to celebrate with us. Members get 25% off store-wide. Save on parts, oils, car care tools and more. This Saturday only. Not a member? Join today. T's and C's apply. Repco gets you going. Wherever there's adventure, you'll find the Isuzu D-Max. With greater fuel efficiency and up to 3.5 tonne towing capacity across the range. Meaning, wherever your adventures take you, the Isuzu D-Max has your back. The best part though, adventure is everywhere. Go find yours. Visit your Isuzu Ute dealer today.
It's the fitness activity taking Adelaide by storm. Grab some mates or join a social event and play paddle at PaddleFit, Adelaide's first paddle courts. Think tennis meets squash, but way more fun. 4 indoor courts in Theberton open daily from 7:30am till 10pm, with lessons for all levels and equipment hire available. Play Monday to Friday before 4pm and get 25% off court hire. The world's fastest growing sport is finally here in Adelaide. PaddleFit. Go on, give it a shot. Download the app and book online.
Ugh, that's enough to send shudders down anyone's spine. Are you hearing critters rustling around in your roof? Well, it might alarm you to know that 8% of household fires are started by rodents gnawing through electrical cables in the roof and walls, not to mention the spread of disease and bacteria they can cause. But there's a simple solution. Book a rodent treatment with SA's leading pest control specialists. Your team from Murray's.
No worries with the team from Murray's.
Go to murraypestcontrol.com.au.
It's the place we can all play respectfully at nighttime. The Palace, Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club. Whether you're out for a couple of drinks or you're booking the Bucks party he'll never forget, the Palace is Adelaide's best. Undressed. Good times, great vibes. The Palace is Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club for a reason. Come along. Upstairs, 111 Hindley Street. Open from 8 p.m, 7 nights. So much fun. thepalace.com.au.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
Half time here at Adelaide Oval. Port Adelaide by 6 points. It's where it's quarter time, not half time, but been a gripping game, even not that many highlights. Mark Bickley and also Kane Corns. Bick's actually coached the Showdown, his first ever, telling me how to win there. Nathan Van Berlo, and I reckon Kane was robbed too. Showdown 36, got the 3 Brownlow votes. They gave it to Hammer Hartley. He's still not happy with that.
I'm not happy. It was the first Showdown at Adelaide Oval. It was a great memory because we won that game. It was a special one, huge crowd, beautiful.
Did you have a tagging role that day?
No, I just played on the wing that day. And
Hammer got it.
Got snubbed anyway.
Oh, well, not to worry.
We won.
What year was that?
2014 was the first Showdown.
There haven't been many goals of the day, although we saw one late for Butters' goal of the day for Credit Union SA, kicking goals in personal bank. Is that the best one to half-time, the Butters goal? Or
yeah, there hasn't been many good ones.
Probably a degree of difficulty. I know Rochelle, that was an important goal. It was a clever one. He kicked it underneath the outstretched arms of the smothering player. But in terms of degree of difficulty, I reckon that was about a 9.9. And well done to Zach Butters. Not a known goal kicker.
Mike Dobbin, McCain Real Estate Mark of the day. You worked there yourself, Bix. Lockie Jones took a good one early, didn't he?
Took a good one. Miller took a good one. Horn Francis took a good one. All courageous types.
Yeah, and look, Mike Dobbin not known for his courage, but more so for his toupee. But I really liked the one that Jason Horn Francis went back with the flight. He would have known as well. He come straight off the bench, so he knew that Phil Thorpe was behind him. The ball just floated up in the air, and he had to go back courageously. Never shirked the issue. Got a bit of a cork in his buttocks, but looks to have run through that. Yeah, the Crows without a former captain, Taylor Walker, and current captain, Jordan Dawson. Just around the grounds too, we've got, all of a sudden, Dockers are in front. Wow. They're down by 6 goals. Almost three-quarter time, 31 minutes gone. They lead by 3 points, 78-75. So Dockers might run over them there. This is a Choices Flooring halftime show, style, comfort, quality, helping you choose with confidence. Mark Bickley. Bix, what about some of the individual stats? Yeah, let's start with Wayne Miller at 19 disposals, 11 kicks, 8 handballs. He's going at 89% disposal efficiency. Butters has had 18. He's going at 61. So plays in a different area of the ground, so a bit more difficult to be as effective with ball in hand. Ollie Wines has had 14. Bergman has had 15. Christian Moraes, interestingly, he's had 11. Keys, Pedler and Berry also had 11 for Adelaide. And Kane, we spoke just before half-time, the one move, the one man that is killing Port Adelaide is Wayne Miller. Are you expecting someone to show a bit of attention?
It is hard. Like the running defenders get a stack of the ball, so you've got to weigh up in the coach's box. Are these possessions really hurting us? We see like Roberts from Essendon have 42, and you go, okay, well, he's had 10 from kickouts. Not much we can do about those, but Miller's disposals have been damaging and dangerous. He's been a problem. He's intercepting. So I would be surprised if a Durden or someone, Richards, doesn't pay a lot more attention to him. Just looking in the centre square, this is for Adelaide. Rochelli's gone in there. Rochelli, Rankin and Berry. That's not a combination we've seen all that often this year. First time I think he's gone in there today, Rochelli. Tell you what he has done. He's got the oil on the arms. He's ready to go. He's all looped up. And we're ready to go to Showdown for DD, yes, DD, and it is a very close game. Can you believe it? 28 plays 22. Crows perhaps had more chance in the first half, but did not capitalise. Taylor Walker, he's out injured, as we said, and we mentioned Jordan Dawson not playing. So Rochelle in there, as Bick said, he's got the oily arms. Tom Marshall's back at fullback as well. Have hardly called Marshall today. I don't know what his stats were. It wouldn't have been too many today. Up off the ground went Rochelle. And McAndrew had his legs almost taken from under him. They normally give a free kick for that. Jordan Sweet bent down, gave it a Burgoyne. His handball was errant. Peatling to Rankin. This spells danger. Rankin can go. All lines for the goals. It's a long kick. Should be marked on the line. Should have been Shepherd in the end. Would have been a certain goal. But I suppose you should have taken them up. We're talking Toby Murray, Bix. That was just, it seemed ridiculous. All he had to do was place his body between him, the goals, and his opponent, and he would have shepherded that through. He's still pretty raw. There was a drop mark there. They buried, though. He won't like that. Adelaide might hurt them. The ball comes out to Rochelle. That's a big tackle. Just got a handball away. Little bit lucky. Socket off the ground by Farrell. Picked up by Peatling. Adelaide looked pretty sharp in the first couple of seconds.
Big snapshot, big bounce, a bit of Monfries about that one.
Except it was online and went offline.
5 points short of the Monfries.
They're asleep, haven't they? Port Adelaide started this second half. Adelaide red hot, should have been 2 goals. Berry drops an easy uncontested mark on the wing. Lucky to get away with that.
That's the Port Adelaide Berry?
Yes.
Yeah, just to clear that up.
Darcy Byrne-Jones. So Adelaide squandered a lot of opportunities. It's only 4 points now.
Marshall back now, so I feel sorry for him trying to get some continuity. Nice kick to Lockie Jones. She's a beautiful kick, the big man.
Once again, they want the uncontested game here, Port Adelaide.
That's a kick. Dangerous kick, but it's a beauty to Bergman.
Give it.
We'll give it to Butters, surely. No. Sold the pup to Butters and goes 15 metres short of the Drew. Bergman's had a big first half. Butters has run on hard. Big body clash. Berry and Butters. Sam Berry and Zach Butters. Here's Horn Francis. Into the pocket they go. Can Whitlock kick a goal? The young man went short.
Smart.
Great delivery to Dillon. So Murray should have shepherded. Rochelle should have goaled. And now Port Adelaide almost will get a certain goal.
Yeah, we spoke to Matthew Richardson, the CEO of Port Adelaide, before the game, and he just said Butters' commitment and the way that he's playing as captain of this footy club with Rosie out was highlighted there. He's just fearless. Well, that was a genuine 50-50 ground ball where if he had taken a short step, none of us probably would have known, but he never, ever does. Sets this goal up.
Dern's got 1. We're right behind him. He's now got 2. Geez, he's dead-eyed Dick. And Port Adelaide go up once into attack and they score a goal and increase their lead. 34 plays 24. 10-point game.
Shades of last night's game. Not quite the dominance that Hawthorn had, but more so the efficiency going forward, where Collingwood, every time they went forward, they seemed to score and kick a goal. Port Adelaide really efficient inside forward 50. And it's just a little bit of composure. Adelaide up the other end, not making the most of it. Then all of a sudden, Whitlock could have had a shot at goal, but instead takes a 15-metre pass. Really simple kick, puts it to a high percentage area for Durden to kick an almost certain goal.
Been a little bit flighty today, Josh Rochelle. Just seems to be rushing his work, so we'll keep an eye on that in the second half. As we take a look at the SA Police scoreboard, speeding kills slow down. Port Adelaide leading by 10 points. They led by 12 at quarter time, 6 at half time. Adelaide had a couple of opportunities, and that's what happened in the first term as well. Getting up high there was McAndrew. Ball goes down to ground level. Horn Francis in there, wrapped up in a tackle. We'll have a secondary ball up, about 2 metres closer to the Adelaide goal.
It does look like Durden to Miller.
All right, well, we thought that might happen. Horn Francis gets it. Gang tackled by 3 Adelaide Crows players, including McAndrew. So we got another ball up. This is the showdown on AFL Nation. Thanks to DD, SIDD. Ball goes down to ground level. Jordan Sweet, nice handball, put it out wide. Taken by DBJ, has a little bit of bounce. Draws the opponent, gives it over to Burgoyne. Normally a brilliant kick, and that's a beauty to find Georgiades. It's an exact play that we saw in the first term.
Carbon copy. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, that one was better because he was under a bit more pressure. That was low, flat and hard, and there was an Adelaide defender coming across the front to be the extra to support, but the kick was too good.
Well, he's on the same angle, I would suspect, but he's about 5 metres closer in. It went like a dart in the first term. So Mitchie boy, what's he kicked? One
goal, I think.
1-1. He lines up. He can give it the biggest lead of the night. It'll be 16 points if he puts it through. The crowd is quiet. The Port Adelaide fans are right behind him. Look at that. It's going across. Is it coming back? Just missed. Not a bad kick. Port Adelaide lead by 11 points.
Yeah, it was Peatling was the player who's starting at half forward. He goes into the centre square after Rochelle takes the centre bounce, but he let Darcy Byrne-Jones run off him, and he was the architect of that play.
Miller are now up to possession 20 with a kick in. Not sure they should count as kicks, but they do. Jacob Ware bombs it back into the forward line. Vicentini couldn't take it. Ball lace. Got tackle, went to ground. Will it be holding the ball? No.
It's an absolute lottery. Fended off, took the tackler on, put his hands above his head, then got wrapped up.
There was a Bond got caught in the first half.
Isaac Cumming.
Isaac Cumming, was it? Okay. Ends up with Horn Francis. He's tackled. Gets it out wide to Ware again towards goal. Don't tell me. No, he hasn't. He's missed. Port Adelaide, as we said, starting to miss as well. 5-6 to 3-6. 2 straight kicks is the margin, 12 points.
So the first 2 minutes of this third term was all Port Adelaide Crows. Now it's been all Port Adelaide. Ball comes out. I don't think anyone touched that. Yeah. There's the lasso. A clear. Been okay. Had a few moments.
Hasn't seen a whole lot of him. I'm going a fair way down the page before I can find him. He's had 7 touches.
Okay, puts it to the right forward pocket. Underneath it, Vicentini. He's been quiet. Loose ball taken by Whitlock. Quick hands to Joey Berry. That's on the ball. That is holding on the ball. One person you don't try and take on is Bickley.
Yeah, he tries to do a bit too much for me, Berry. A lot of the time tonight he's put himself under undue pressure. It's an extra step that he doesn't need to take. That was hot. Didn't have a lot of options, but just hasn't quite found the level yet.
Game number 20, only 6 goals. He'd like to improve that area, but he's a small forward. Logan Evans, he kicks to half foot for Port Adelaide. Just outstretched hands there. Richards out of play.
They took him before Murphy Reid as well. I know every club's got draft stories and it's early days.
I'm sure he's showing glimpses, Kane.
Yeah, there is enough to like about him. With good leg speed, his kicking technique is nice and sound, covers the ground well.
Port Adelaide by 12 points, going to the southern end. Crowd on the edge of their seats. Here's Butters. Just handballs to Drew. Here's Richards. Richards almost got caught. Gets away on the left boot. Tries to bring it around, and once again they miss. So this time the Crows dodge a bullet.
Just Butters' intuition around stoppage. It was a poor throw in and it fell to the wrong way. He was away to where the drop of the ball was a metre before everyone else had realised where the ball was going.
Miller brings the ball back into play, goes to the outer side. Braden Cook, there's him again, real estate mark of the day, and 50 metres. So that was silly by Jacob Ware.
I think it might have just been instinctive. I tell you what, he can keep running here. There's no one in between him and the goals.
Keep going, yeah.
Well, he needs to get it in. And needs to get it over towards Thilthorpe, but he ignores that one. No, he goes in that direction. Ball goes down to the ground. Paddled out. Now taken by Rochelle. Snapshot.
Got it.
He's got it. So margin back to 5 points. It was a little bit messy. And it all starts, whether it was instinctive or not, Vix, from a silly little 50.
Yeah, and also just a lack of awareness from the Port players. They all just turned around and ran back towards goal. They were looking at their man. Ware realised he couldn't get him back in front of where Cook was, otherwise he risked giving away another 50 metres, and just meant that Cook could take another 20 metres. In the end, it was a poor use of the footy by Cook, but it spat out, and Josh Rochelle becomes only the second multiple goal kicker on the ground.
Apologies, margin 7 points now to Port Adelaide.
Ollie Wine's back on for Green Door Pathways, linking employers with military veterans, so they need him on. But yeah, Port had done that to the Crows a couple of times. They reversed the order then.
Just messy. Aaliyah started the game so well and sharp, but he's made some unusual errors. Dropped that intercept mark there, had the fumbled ground ball, have both led to the Rochelle goals. And don't get this man going. We know he can put 4 on you in the matter of 10 minutes, and he started this third term hot.
I reckon Cook could have gone all the way too. He's sort of betwixt and between, but he's having a breakout year as Braden Cook ends up with Wines to Butters again to Sweet. Butters will run on, he'll get it back, and he does, although the handball was there. And coming through Zach Taylor, he's been quiet today. Berry will tackle hard, tackle well. Peatling went in really well. Biscombe is in play for Port Adelaide. Now Butters into the pocket. Can they grab a mark? Holding.
Adelaide.
It's Adelaide.
Oh, is it? Oh, that
against George Yarders, I think.
Well, it was interesting then because Adelaide looked like they were away. Then it was great work by Ware, and Butters, goal side. He was the closest to goal. He hadn't left the area.
Saligo to Berries on the eastern wing. Played all right tonight, Sam. He's had a good year, actually. Finds Rochelle.
He's feeling it, Rochelle.
Kane called it. Rochelle comes around. He's kicked a couple. That kick was terrible, and a great mark taken by Darcy Byrne-Jones.
Needs to put the left foot away, I think. He's done a couple of those tonight. Just, if you take a mark, there's no pressure. Kick on your preferred foot.
Yeah, good call. There was no penetration in that kick. That kick from DBJ was a beauty, though. Goes straight into Ollie Wines. He's been pretty good. If I'm to pick a player, I reckon Saligo might be the bloke that gets on his bike in this second half. Kick wasn't great, goes to the boundary line, and Butts will search for it, and he gets it. So we get a throw in, about 55 metres out on the outer side, River Torrens end of the Adelaide Oval.
He's had 9 disposals in the first half, 5 kicks, 4 handballs at Jake Saligo.
Yeah, it just looks like he's working into it a little bit. We'll keep an eye on it. And for Port Adelaide, they need a few players. They need Joe Berry to lift a little bit, Joey Richards as well, and maybe Willem Drew.
I reckon Adelaide had just become a little bit Thilthorpe conscious. They seem to be going to him every time. It's really predictable if you're a Port defender where the ball's going.
And he's out of form too, Bix. That's the issue. Michael Laney, haven't called him too much. His Mallory found standing, thrown to the ground. Umpire said no prior. So the margin 7 points. Port Adelaide to lead. 5-7 to 4-6. Sure, Thilthorpe's back still a worry, but he normally clunks those big marks. He's dropped a few today. Power just surge it forward in any way they can. Getting back is Cook. Once again, he's a clever player. Right. Bounces once, stays inside. Point out the numbers there. Ollie Wines did really well. He's got brute strength. We said Jacob Ware played really well today. Now, short ball.
Play on too quickly.
He did, because he thought the man in front was going to mark it. It went over his head.
It's gone 25
definitely
metres.
went 15 metres.
There's been some crackers this year. Ball comes down to Berry. Okay, we got a good game of footy, as you'd expect in a showdown. Hasn't been pretty. Phil Thorpe came from 3D. High tackle, no. Good tackle by Lockie Jones. It's a tough game of footy. The boys will sleep well tonight, and it's Port Adelaide leading by 7 points. This is Showdown on the AFL Nation for DDSIDD. Ball goes down to Peatling. He needs support. Got it out to Berry. Went back into traffic. Flicked it out to Soligo. Possession number 10. Now gives it to Cook. Always got plenty of time. Curtin drops a chest mark. He's had one disposal. Get him up forward. Do not have him near the ball.
He is up forward.
All right. We'll get him deeper. Get him deeper.
See, that was, primary school kid would take that, but he's just probably a little bit nervous and just grabbed at it.
Ring rusty.
Got the yips, I reckon. Like you, Kim, over with your putting. Ball out the other side.
Thank you.
Peatling. Wines. It hasn't been a pretty game, but it's a gripping game. Crows currently leading 30-28, but Port Adelaide have been in front for most of the night. 5-7 to 4-6 at 7 points.
Interesting. Rochelli's the deepest against Logan Evans.
All right, let's see if there can be a quick entry. Here we go, kick around the body. I think it was Peatling. Comes up. Oh, good mark taken by Josh Lai. An absolute beauty. That's a McGain real estate mark of the day.
Heavy landing.
I'll tell you what, Kano, your brother was raving about him before he got his debut, and he's shown some good signs. There's a good kick. Comes out to Burgoyne. Well, it was an arsey kick.
It was a floater.
Little flat burnt pie. Evans has run on hard too. He was in the goal square about 15 seconds ago, and now he's marked on an interchange gate. 5-7 to 4-6, 12 gone.
Oh, well done.
Evans now, high ball. Here come the cavalry. 6 or 8 jump. Terrific mark from Richie Tippity. Whitlock took the mold.
Can't be a free kick.
It was an unrealistic attempt from Georgiades who tried to take it 3 deep. What a shame.
Great mark, the young man.
Have a look at it. That was silly by Georgiades. He's had his hands all over ball. He's never got near the football.
Even Mike Dobbin loved that one, but unfortunately doesn't count. The ball back towards the wing. Up goes Lockie Jones.
Hello.
He chose Specky for Specky. Moraes did well. Here they go, Bergman, one of the best on ground. Could have gone all the way. We've seen a lot of that tonight. They're not backing themselves in. A little bit fumbly at centre forward for Port Adelaide. Here comes Miller up. He's been outstanding. Now to Peatling. Peatling kicks to the 4 Port Adelaide players all on their own. It's just time and space. Now they can run forward the Crows, but it's going to be Evans. Logan Evans gets there short. Goes to Horn Francis.
I don't get the way Adelaide's setting up, all pushing down like that. That dump kick was always going to go there. I reckon Port Adelaide might hurt him on the way back in. Wines has got it. Too far out to score. Plays on with the handball. Gives it to the Horn dog.
Goal.
Got around. Well, could have gone to the goals. He goes to the forward pocket. Georgiades!
I'll tell you what, Isaac Rankin will not want to watch that back in the replay because he didn't chase and Horn Francis went past him and then slowed down, and all of a sudden at the last minute he thought, I'm only a metre or two away, I actually better take a few steps. If he had have gone harder earlier, he would have been able to tackle him.
This is the first time I felt like Adelaide's under genuine pressure at the moment. This will put it out to 13. They look in a little bit of disarray at the moment. He's kicked at Mitchie Boy. He finally gets his second. I reckon he's kicked a 2-2, and the lead goes out to 13 on the SA Police scoreboard. Speeding kills, slow down. Stick to the speed limit. Think road safety.
Well, Horn Francis is very unselfish. I thought he was away here. He dodged around Thilthorpe easily. Bix is right. No chase from Rankin. I thought he could have put his head down and launched to the 50-metre line and kicked it. He's a powerful unit, but just saw a matchup that he liked out the corner of his eye. And as we said before, his touch on the kick is outstanding. He's got a great connection with Georgiades. Look out if Mitch starts getting busy and getting involved. So Butters, Horn Francis, Georgiades looking threatening. For Adelaide, it's really only been Rochelle who looks dangerous.
Yeah, Philthorpe, he can't get in the game too, the big man. It is getting dangerous territory now. Low-scoring game, just over 2 goals. Umpire starts proceedings. Jolly Wines had a good night tonight. Big fellow with the big thighs, bent down, picked up. That's great tackle, Rochelle.
He's a strong boy, Ollie. He wasn't breaking that one.
He's got massive thighs, big Ollie. Here goes Rochelle in the pocket. Is that Michael? And it's Curtin. Curtin, 1, 2, 3.
Dropped it.
Couldn't take it again.
Toby Murray doing the roving.
All the forwards, Bix, the Crows forwards are fumbly tonight.
You kick it to a contest one-on-one, you might as well kick it to the top of the square rather than into the Eddie Betts pocket.
Here's Rankin now, trying to do a bit of Rankin matching. He might, off the side of the shoe. No. That's where it was. Side of the shoe out of bounds on the fall.
He actually didn't realise he'd cleared the pack. He actually had burnt off the players behind him and rushed his work a little bit.
This is the showdown on AFL Nation for DDSIDD. Kim Dillon, David Wildy, Mark Bickley and Kane Corns with you on a Friday night. Showdown 59. It's been a cracker. Low scoring. Port Adelaide leading by 13. I reckon that's about the biggest margin. That kick is a shocker. Out of bounds on the
Where did it go out, though? Where's the umpire going to make him? I reckon it went out about 40 metres
earlier.
Further up.
Was that Logan Evans?
Yeah.
Gee, it was a terrible kick. Oh, that didn't go out there. Anyway, doesn't matter. Lairdy's got it. He just puts it about 30 out. All Port Adelaide, though. And they messed it up. Ball goes down to ground level. Alir had it smothered off the boot. Picked up there by Soligo. Snaps it. Goal. Margin back to 7 points. That one came from nowhere.
Wow.
Well, once again, Alir would like to watch that. He panicked. Just tried to soccer it off the ground rather than pick it up and taking the tackle. When he socketed it off the ground, it ricocheted off one of the Crows players' legs, and that started the chain back the other way, as you watch it on the replay here. Or no, he did take disposal and tried to kick it. Took possession, I should say. But he kicked it straight into the shin of his opponent, then ricocheted to Soligo to kick the goal.
Gee, they made some errors. They had Evans and Bergman. Either one of them could have taken almost an uncontested mark. Then you're right, Alir gathered the footy as the spare, but he just hasn't coped with Adelaide's frontal pressure. Coughed it up, and another easy walk-in goal against momentum. So the error with the out on the full when Port had possession. Then the drop marks from two of them, and Alir's missed opportunity. Their fumbles and their errors have cost them probably 4 goals tonight.
Well, Kimbo, you called Soligo the big second half. They've done well so far.
Just looked a little bit cleaner, and we better give credit to Curtin. He gave the quick handball, so he's had his second touch. That might help his confidence.
Isaac Rankin, still like to see him play a bit angrier. It's been a nice Isaac. He used to
Phil Thorpe into the ruck, Willie, against Vicentini. And Vicentini's been ordinary, and so's been Phil Thorpe.
They're checking the score, are they?
Yeah, looks like it.
Well, they check them all.
Well, this is taking a while.
This one's taking a bit longer. They might check the post here, I reckon, just to see if there's anything on Snicko.
But it went over the post, I reckon.
Did it?
Yeah, I reckon it was high ball.
Here we go.
Might be.
You're right.
I'm not sure how you can sell from that angle.
You can't.
They're not going to take back, surely. Surely not.
That's a goal.
This is the most ridiculous thing ever.
Now he's calling for it officially.
It's not a goal.
They're just going to do a score review behind.
No, behind.
That is the most ridiculous.
Wow, we are seeing some strange decisions.
Wow.
Might be Port's night if that's overturned, and has been.
If that's conclusive, oh boy.
Wow,
they say they get a different angle in the arc. They want to, because what they showed on the TV was terribly inconclusive.
Massive moment, ball on the wing now. Crows, they need to get upset with that. Gee, that is incredible. Went right back to the centre. We waited 30 seconds.
When you think about it, that's been overturned. There was the free kick holding the ball without prior opportunity, and then there was the Zach Butters free kick. It's ended up being 3 goals.
Just showed Andrew Dillon in the crowd.
And Greg Swan.
19 minutes gone, almost in the time on third quarter. As we said, hasn't been a game full of highlights, but has been gripping. Phil Thorpe, little tap forward was good. Here they go. Here's Rankin. Isaac can look at the goals. He goes for home, and he's finally stung it. He said, "Take that off us." Isaac Rankin. We saw the Butters goal. That was even better. And boy, exactly what the doctor ordered. Crows needed that.
Wow.
And it came through the boot of Isaac Rankin.
Well, you just called it. You called it, Wills. You wanted him to play a bit angry. He sort of threatened tonight without being outstanding. Tapped it over his head, got it back, and then just thought about passing. No. I'm in range. It was almost what I wanted Horde Francis to do previously. Worked out well for Port Adelaide, but he said, no. It's my time. 2 chasing him, 1 coming from the front, and that split the middle. That was through the minute it left his boot.
And that was right on 50. He was right on the 50-metre line. So Bullboys back centre field. We're back to 6 points. That's what it was at halftime. The crowd started to get involved. They haven't had a lot to get excited about tonight. Port Adelaide have been serving it up to Adelaide. used his body brilliantly.
Yeah, it was a pretty poor effort from Murray, who will learn from things like that.
Oh, this could be a turnover, though. Short pass, Berry out of fumble. Ball still alive. 50-50 ball picked up by Keys. Handball came out to Neil Bullen, been quiet. Now taken by Michael Annie. Short pass, Saligo.
They're on at the moment.
And he can kick a goal, Jakey boy. But he doesn't want to. He goes short. That's the worst kick you've ever seen. What is going on out there?
Kicked off the back foot, leant back and kicked it straight to Port Adelaide.
Dillon Logan Evans.
They're being too unselfish. Have a shot. He can kick it.
Oh, no, they've nearly turned it over as well.
Here they go now. Port Adelaide a chance. McKinlay, he's got a man 15 in front of him. Didn't see him. They go for the short kick. The 45 degree was good to Sweet. He bounced off like a little rover, not a ruckman. Here's Georgiades down back. Almost to mark the ball. Lace up hands now. Oh, Vicentini! Surely not.
No way.
He has. The big man's got a goal. Vicentini.
I can't believe it.
Nor can he. Port Adelaide goal. They answer the ranking goal in style. And they move out to 7-7 to 5-7. Game on now.
What about the Port Adelaide rucks just working together? Sweet took the mark in the middle. I'm thinking you've got to handball this off to Burne-Jones. No, he just burnt him. Rolled around himself, deep entry. Vicentini with the crumb off the Georgiades contest. Did his best to miss it. Just snuck in. They'll probably check to see if it hit the post or not. But
that one was through.
Take it back to Saligo, Bix.
Yeah, well, just the dumbest decision you've ever seen. He's going to have either a shot at goal or you pass to someone, but you don't pass when you're backpedaling and then all of a sudden there's an afterthought, try and kick it to your teammate.
He could have kicked it.
Just interesting to watching Ball Ace as well. Went for a mark, didn't mark it, it dropped softly straight to where his opponent was.
Ball back centre field, clearance goes to Adelaide courtesy of Peatling. Wheels around, needs a mark taken by Pedler. He's kicked one goal, done stuff all apart from that. Gets it, smothered in the handball, now gets it out but gives it straight to Port Adelaide. Lai gets it, nice work, high tackle there on Laird. No free kick taken by Miller. Gets it back to Laird, goes to Michael Annie. Tempo just lifted a little bit here at Adelaide Oval. Zach Taylor's been quiet, goes out wide to Miller.
Yeah, just his fourth this quarter, so the mum was from kick-out, so they've done a pretty good job on Miller.
He's up to 23 now, goes back to Taylor. Nice kick infield, finds Peatling, thought about going short, now drives it in long. Alira's got his name written all over this. Takes the mark, it was an awful kick.
Philthorpe throws his hands in the air, and quite rightly so. He leads out, and you kick it straight to his opponent.
Oh, another turnover. Sorry, Biggs. Alira went short. Getting a hand on it was Alex Neil-Bullen. Ball goes out of play. We're going to throw in 55 out, half forward flank, members side. So Adelaide get a chance to reset and have another crack. Gee, we're seeing a few errors in this third term.
Tell you what, the connection between midfield and forward for Adelaide is absolutely non-existent.
Yeah. Must be a full moon, and in fact I think it is Biggs tonight, a full moon. Ball down the ground, Wines, one of the best players on the ground. Burgoyne's dropped out of it a bit after the promising start. Zach Taylor shut him down.
Yeah, Taylor's had a good couple of minutes now getting himself into the game.
Rucks go at it, 55 out from the Adelaide goal, northern end. Next goal so critical now. Goals hard to come by, really. It's only 7 goals to 5, 12 goals scored in perfect conditions. And the big prize at the end of it, the winner goes to 4-4. Free kick.
Oh my goodness me.
What, to the ruckman?
I'd love to see the replay because he took it out of the ruck, got tackled, threw it away, and then the tackle lingered.
Oh, sling tackle, very wasn't a very powerful sling, that one. So Jordan Sweet's had a good year.
Didn't have the footy in the end.
From half back, 55-metre kick along the wing. Chance to jump up. Georgiades jumped up, but he didn't bring the ball down with him. He's exciting. His 100th game tonight. Here's Sam Berry for the Crows. Now they work along the wing. Peatling got it from Taylor. In the way is the Port Adelaide defenders. They do it well. Lai now bangs it back without looking. Mark not taken, spills over the back. Worrell cleans up. He's got support now in Laird, and Laird drifts it right across to Cook.
Yeah, so Braden Cook is a good ball user. Looks inside, nothing there. Says, I'll have a bounce. Come to me, come to me. Now he kicks it long. It's a beautiful kick. Mark been taken by Curtin. Can he hit a target? Gets onto his natural left. Kicks it long. Philthorpe used his pushing. It was nearly in the back. Alira did really well to bring it to ground. He is beating Philthorpe comprehensively. Cook gets gets it again. So Philthorpe may get another chance, but they're taking way too long to get it in. Short pass, Alex Neil-Bullen, high IQ, intelligent footballer, but gee, it is congested. Really congested. So now they just bang it in long. Players set themselves. Philthorpe got up high. Keys is there. That was nearly a throw. Ducking his head, trying to milk a free kick. Rochelle. Umpire said, I'm not having any of that. Loose ball comes out.
Philthorpe's slow to get up.
Handball comes out from Peatling. Cummings caught with the football. Umpire letting it go. Neil Bullen got a little kick away. It went a metre. Picked up by Marshall. Lost it. Saligo will kick a goal from 40 metres out. He panicked. Kicks a point. Margin back to 11.
Might have been touched as he was running in.
See, Ronnie Philthorpe, we can see a replay, got absolutely smashed in that last marking contest. Just a bit worse for wear.
What have we got? 4 minutes to go, boys. Going to be a big last quarter.
Huge last quarter.
I know Lear's made some errors, but Philthorpe's been non-existent tonight. The kick out now towards Vizentini. He was pushed out of the contest. Ball comes off hands out of play. Western wing.
Just felt for the body a couple of times. I'd just much rather him go back. Yeah, good position. Just run and jump at the footy. Try and take a mark.
Port Adelaide by 11, as we said. The winner can go to 4 and 4. The loser 3 and 5. Kane makes it tough. Coming back from 3 and 5.
It does.
Ball thrown in. Flipped down towards Peatling's tried hard. Berry too got pushed in the back. Umpire said nothing doing. Sligo, big third quarter.
Yes,
beautiful kick. A little check side pass to Zachy Taylor. Sligo runs on. Here's Philthorpe. Can't get there. Bergman got in the way. Did really well. Marshall, Bergman. Bergman's turned it over. Berry's got it.
Can't kick that
Will
far.
Berry have a crack?
No, can't kick that far.
If he runs around, or gee, Wally Wine's running close to the man there. If he runs around, he does run around, but kicks in the Philthorpe direction. Curtin there too, Aaliyah. There must be two Aaliyahs out there. He's been outstanding down back.
Well, yeah, like at some stage, do you think another forward might stand in front of Aaliyah and not let him get a running jump at it?
Exactly.
Like, they're just not using their brains at the moment,
All
Adelaide.
right. Adelaide need an old-fashioned tap and snap. Let's see who can get on their bike. The boundary umpire got a bit of purchase on that. McAndrew took it, lost it. Ball went to ground level. Ollie Wines was there. Sweet handball over the back of his head was brilliant. Finds Logan Evans. Wobbly old kick going forward. Ball close to the boundary line. Lyer's there. Met solidly. Also McKinley. We've hardly called his name.
Vizentini.
He's going to pay it.
So the free kick will go the way of Peatling.
They're going to change the angle. They just can't go straight back in. They try and, even if they go back to Worrell.
Yeah. Well, he's held a little bit of candy, but he's still too far out to score. Drew the opponent, gets the handball. Now the long kick comes in from Zach Taylor. He misses. Minor score margin back to 10. Oh, dearie me. It is an arm wrestle.
Well, neither team seems to want to win. They're both making some really elementary errors, but as we said, it's been a really good game of footy, but it's been so close. So much on the line. Long kick back to the wing. Up goes Worrell. Down goes Worrell. Takes him a game real estate mark of the night. Joshy Worrell, that was made for him. The third man up loves that. When two are vying in front of you, you just got uncharted waters. He kicks up the centre half forward. They can't find Philthorpe. Pedler dropped it. Ends up with Keys. Benny Keys. Yes! 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 He's got two and a couple of magical goals. You saw the Rankin goal. We've seen the Keys one. And it might be the touch of magic that may well win the game. They hit back again. What are we now? It is 49 to 45. The margin back to 4.
Yeah, I'll just wait the numbers in the end. The ball's been living inside Adelaide's forward half. It was a really smart handball from Curtin, and it was on Keys' favoured left side. Burn-Jones got sucked into the contest, and that is an elite finish. They've kicked 3 goals, 5 for the quarter. They've missed some easy ones. They've left opportunities out there. That is a difficult shot for goal. Summed it up beautifully, and that should get the crowd going. What a last quarter we have in this showdown coming up, with still an important 2 minutes, 26 seconds left to play in the third.
Still no methodology. Well, it was a long kick forward. It was a drop mark by Pedler. It ricocheted Who was the handball from? Was it Curtin? Yeah, and he gave off a great handball. And
Adelaide have struggled to get back-to-back goals. That's a beautiful tap from Phil Thorpe. Got it down to Sam Berry. Berry kicks it inside. Oh, it wasn't Phil Thorpe. I apologise. It was McAndrew. Loose ball comes up the rank, and he's a magician. Kicks around his body, but he was under enormous pressure. Goes
Sometimes even magicians have bad nights.
Yeah, they can.
But he hasn't had a bad night. That was just a poor kick, under pressure.
Got on top from the stoppages, though, Adelaide as well. And Berry has had 3 clearances in this quarter. He was the one from centre bounce there, bursting away. Haven't been able to tackle him tonight, Port Adelaide.
Todd Marshall, the recipient of the free kick, kicks out wide. Front position was Wines, couldn't take it. Berry taken high, umpire said legally. We get a ball up. Adelaide's keeping it inside their 60, but they are not hitting the scoreboard with any conviction. Sweet's been good. It's been an interesting battle. Ball at the back of the pack. Butters has been a little bit quiet. He's out there working. Here's Saligo. Held back on the kick, and he's found Murray. It was a beautiful kick. Saligo's had some moments in this third term.
He has. No, he's been good. Butters, you're right, Kim. That's a good call. He last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Hasn't been sighted.
I'm trying to see who's putting work in him.
Peatling was on him just a moment ago.
Yeah, they're just managing to corral him and keep him out of the action.
Tough kick. I look at the breeze. The flags are pretty much blowing straight out of the mouth of the goal, so he's going to have to really punch this. He's right up against the fence.
Yeah, I wouldn't be putting my favourite pair of socks on this kick. This would be the kick of his lifetime. He's in the Eddie Beck's pocket. He's right on the boundary line. Kicks from 35.
Oh, he's kicked him.
Have a look at him. I think the big fella, is that his first goal? Yeah. Toby Murray, his first goal in AFL football in Adelaide, now trailed by... they've hit the lead. Sorry, Benny Key's got him back to 4 points, so Adelaide lead by 2 points.
Well, what about that? They've just wasted opportunities ad nauseum tonight. They finally found a connection. Saligo found Murray. It was a really tough kick, and he's as straight as Robin Hood's arrow.
I've liked his game. He's done some nice things, particularly early on. But
he had 4 marks in the first quarter.
He did, but beautiful kick, Kim.
Well, the thing about what he offers is he's a 15% ruckman, but he also clearly appears to have some forward craft. Those players are really valuable.
Big, strong boy too, so back-to-back goals, and Port Adelaide haven't had him there forward 50 for quite a while.
McAndrew's had some nice taps in the middle.
Margin is 2 points in favour of the Crows. Murray, McAndrew, got the ball down towards Berry. He's tried really hard today. Willem drew in a little fumble. Burgoyne under siege, holding the ball. Crows go forward again. Saligo's been outstanding. Here's Murray. Deja vu. It happened 30 seconds ago on the other side. This is a much easier kick.
Who was the lad for Adelaide that kicked 4 goals in a showdown and he got cut?
Not Johnson.
Lewis. No, the tall forward 2 years ago. I thought he might have made a defender.
Yeah, I know. The Benny Hart look-alike.
Yeah, Benny Hart look-alike.
You should know that.
Come on, Biggs.
He had a lot of chances at the level, but couldn't quite finish. I know you mean.
Yeah.
Not Fergus Watts.
No, not only a couple of years ago.
Lockie Gallant.
Yeah, Lockie
Gallant. Good boy.
Murray for back-to-back goals, 2 in a minute. Can he put it through? It starts right, but it's coming back. Oh, my Lord. Keys. Murray. Adelaide 8 points. This game's turned on its head. Just through sheer weight of numbers, Adelaide have been incessant in recent times.
Oh, just the work out of the centre square. Yeah. How valuable is it? We know they've struggled to transition from deep 50 to forward 50, find a connection. All of a sudden, they didn't have first possession or first hand on the ball, but it was some great defensive work, some great tackling, and Saligo again found the connection and put it onto the chest of Murray. And he didn't hit it flush by any stretch, but it did find its way back to goal.
Alrighty, we've got about 7 seconds remaining in the third term. Adelaide leading by 8 points. Now, in the early game, the Port Adelaide upset the Adelaide Crows. 90% of the scoring went to the left of the radio.
27 goals.
27. So Port Adelaide will be kicking that way in the last quarter. We are set for an absolute beauty. The ball back there. Well done, Vicentini. Went up in the ruck, got the clearing kick. Ball goes just outside 50. Adelaide lead in the race for pace. Zachy Taylor had a good final 10 minutes. Adelaide, that's the best they've looked in the last 5 minutes, Kano. Oh, he's not there.
Yeah, well, just...
He's taken the headset off in the scuff.
Stoppage. I'll have a look at the clearance numbers. and particularly the last little bit in that quarter. But I tell you what, they got some late goals, 3 late goals from the 29-minute mark onwards in red time, and that really hurt Port Adelaide.
5 goals that quarter.
Yeah, 13, the clearance is 13-8 that term.
We'll jump into a break, boys. It was Port Adelaide by 12 points at quarter time, 6 points at half time. Now Adelaide lead by 8 points. We'll update you on all the things that are happening down on the boundary thanks to Green Door Pathways, linking employers with military veterans. We'll also give you the stylish moment of that quarter, and there are a couple thanks to Kixo Styling. Adam and the team turning oh no inspections into oh wow moments. This is the showdown on AFL Nation for DDSIDD, and the SA Police scoreboard has Adelaide leading by 8.
That quarter on AFL Nation was for SA Police. Stick to the speed limit. Think road safety.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. Bring your home to life from just $1,000 at our famous May Spend and Save. Right now, from just $1,000, you can bring your home to life with beautiful National Tiles for your entire family room and kitchen floors, or all your bathroom walls and floors. Yes, from just $1,000, with all National Tiles reduced. Absolutely no exceptions. But you'll have to be quick. So rush into National Tiles or go online now and save. Conditions apply.
Wherever there's adventure, you'll find the Isuzu D-Max. With greater fuel efficiency and up to 3.5-tonne towing capacity across the range. Meaning, wherever your adventures take you, the Isuzu D-Max has your back. The best part though, adventure is everywhere. Go find yours. Visit your Isuzu Ute dealer today.
Go your own way.
Imagine being invisible. You could mess with someone's mind, sneak up on them, and they wouldn't know you're there. Even scare them to death. When you speed on our roads, that's what happens, because no one sees you coming. Think road safety. A message from the Government of South Australia.
Crows fans, don't get your feathers ruffled looking for a park this season. Get hassle-free game day parking at UPark Topham. It's as easy as pre-booking your car park, then enjoying the short stroll to Adelaide Oval totally stress-free. Simply install the UPark app, pre-book, then park. And the best bit, it only costs $12. Guarantee your spot and make game day parking convenient and affordable. Install the UPark app today.
It's the place we can all play respectfully at nighttime. The Palace, Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club. Whether you're out for a couple of drinks or you're booking the Bucks party he'll never forget, the Palace is Adelaide's best. Undressed. Good times, great vibes. The Palace is Adelaide's premier gentlemen's club for a reason. Come along. Upstairs, 111 Hindley Street. Open from 8 p.m, 7 nights. So much fun. thepalace.com.au.
Ever tried online dating, but when they show up, it's not quite what you expected? That's exactly what digital staging feels like for home buyers. In today's AI world, don't let your first impression be an oh no moment. Kixo Home Styling create real spaces that deliver an oh wow feeling, using the latest furniture and styling designed to impress. Even better, there's no upfront cost. It's all settled when your property sells. When you're selling, tell your agent you want Kixo. That's KIXO.
Ugh, that's enough to send shudders down anyone's spine. Did you know termites cause more damage to Adelaide and Australian homes each year than fire and flood combined? That's over $1 billion. But there's a simple solution. Start with visual termite inspection from SA's leading pest control specialists. Your team from Murray's.
No worries with the team from Murray's.
Go to murraypestcontrol.com.au.
Ever tried to use a banking app that feels half-baked? Slow payments, clunky menus, notifications that are useless. It can feel like apps don't care or don't listen. At Credit Union SA, we've built a faster, better banking app with easier shared payments, secure mail messages, and simpler navigation. All from member feedback. Say no to half-baked banking. Search the Credit Union SA app, built around real South Australians.
You're listening to The Showdown on AFL Nation for DD. Yes, I DD this footy season.
Little tap forward was good. Here they go. Here's Rankin. Isaac can look at the goals. He goes for home and he's finally stuck it. He said, take that off us. Isaac Rankin, we saw the Butters goal. That was even better. And boy, exactly what the doctor ordered. Throws needed that. Up goes Worrell. Down goes Worrell. Takes him a game real estate mark of the night. As he kicks up the centre half forward. They can't find Philthorpe. Pedler dropped it. Ends up with Keys. Benny Keys. Yes! 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 He's got two. And a couple of magical goals. We saw the Rankin goal. We've seen the Keys one. And it might be the touch of magic that may well win the game.
Maccas, I'm loving it moments. Never miss a moment of footy with McDelivery.
So Maccas, I'm loving it moments there. Adelaide making a case. They lead by 8 points after trailing for most of the night. This is the Showdown on AFL Nation for DDSIDD. Kim Dillon, David Wildy, Mark Bickley and Kane Corns. Last quarter about to get underway, boys. We'll get your thoughts very shortly.
Adelaide have won 5 of the last 6 games. They've kicked 5 of the last 6 goals too. So momentum wearing the Adelaide Crows, but it's Horn Francis first kick in the final quarter. Tries to find the big fella Vicentini. Can't bend down and pick it up. Had a fumble. Worrell showed him how to do it. Now Cook back to Worrell. Worrell at half back. Went to go by hand. Does him then. Berry's had a good game. This is Sam Berry. Very strong through the hips. Evades a tackle. Kicks to the wing. Adelaide again. Starting up from where they finished. But a drop mark from Neil Bullen. He cuts in board again to Keys, the Roadrunner. Backed himself in on his trusty left. Kicks towards Lockie Jones. Went straight through his hands. Rochelle goes after it. Murray the man of the moment. And like a rugby try goes over the line. Should be a throw-in.
All right, boys. How's the game poised? Who wins it from here?
Oh, you think Adelaide have the momentum? They certainly get first look at it, I reckon.
They do. And Josh Carr's put it on his number 1 midfield group. Butters, Horn, Francis, Drew. That's their preferred 3. They won the centre bounce clearance. But once again, Vicentini forward's a nightmare.
Ball gets thrown in from the boundary. We're going to welcome some guests shortly. It goes to Rankin. Arcs around. Not a great kick. Mark taken by Bergman. A good evening to everyone that's been listening to the Western Bulldogs Freo game from Marvel Stadium. Welcome to Showdown 59. It's been a cracker. Port Adelaide led by 12 points at quarter time, 6 points at half time. It's the Crows by 8 points at the moment. We hope you enjoy the game.
Yeah, it's been a good game of footy. Low scoring but good. Crows have the ball. Michael Annie. Massive game for both teams. You don't want to go 3 and 5. One of them will tonight. Showdown 59. Murray again, second or third attempt. It's hard to corral. Here's Curtin. And Curtin looks at the goals and Curtin just misses. Might have flicked the post. A point. 58-49. Adelaide get the first score in the final term.
It's been a quiet comeback game for Dan Curtin.
Getting better though.
Just getting a couple of touches. Only about 5 for the game. Logan Evans to bring the ball back into play. Had an horrendous kick in the last quarter. Put it out of bounds on the full. Ended up resulting in a goal to Adelaide. Brings it back into play. McAndrew front position. Couldn't take it. Berry's been huge in the second half. Rankin working his way into the game. That's a brilliant kick. Finds Curtin. Plays on quickly. Bullet-like pass. Mark taken by Keys, and this is right on his limit, boys. I reckon 47, and that's about his best.
The distance. He'll wheel around on his left foot. He's been important as well. They've just had enough Adelaide of their good players have moments. He's had moments. Rochelle's had moments. Rankin's had his moments. And they're just getting enough supply to give them the opportunity to have those moments.
Just another game too. The Dockers got up by 12 points after trailing by 5 goals.
Big comeback. He goes back on the Rodney Hogg run up. Now he arcs around. He kicks from right on 50. He gave it absolutely everything. Oh, the boys called it. He got the distance. Benny Keys has kicked 3. And the Adelaide faithful are up and about. It's their home game and there's 50,000 of them here. Adelaide by 15 points.
Well, it's just hard to see. I said at halftime, 12 goals wins it. And Port Adelaide, where they were going to come from. They had 4 at halftime. They've got 7 now. Do they have another 5 goals in them? It doesn't look like it. They've had 29 entries for the game. That's not going to get it done. And with this amount of supply, Biggs, Adelaide have enough talent in their forward line, despite it not being the best night for some of those, to get enough of an opportunity to kick a big score.
Yeah, they just started to find that connection, which they haven't had all game. The last couple of times they've gone inside forward 50, they've actually found the player and they've had some marks inside forward 50. Toby Murray with 2, that one there, Keys with a 3rd. I tell you what, Port Adelaide it all comes down to the centre bounce. They've got to dominate out of here if they're going to get back into this game.
We'll give that Ben Keys goal a Goal of the Year nomination thanks to Credit Union SA, kicking goals in personal banking.
Yeah, Crows have kicked 6 of the last 7. They go forward again, and it's another drop mark. Second slip, it was Phil Thorpe. Aliir's been outstanding tonight. Willem Drew got tackled. The Crows have lifted their work rate, and they've dominated forward half in the last quarter a bit.
They've sharked really well at centre bounce in the last quarter and a half. They haven't had first possession, but they've been able to get the clearance.
McAndrew, Port Adelaide, where's their goals? As Kane said, coming from, they can't buy one at the moment. McAndrew slipped out of the back door. Butters has fallen out of the game. Going in hard, there was Durden. They jump on top of him. They want holding the ball. Umpire rushes in.
So you probably have to start taking a few more risks. Like Horne-Francis, more centre forward. You're going to have to maybe predict a turnover. They're just going to have to try something different because what's happening so far is not going to look threatening on the scoreboard.
McAndrew followed up his ruck work, tried to milk a high tackle there. Gee, for a man that's so big, he doesn't mind getting down and getting dirty. And he's had a pretty good battle with Sweet. Sweet's been pretty good, though. Miller has been brilliant. Slick hands. Got it out the Peatling. Floating kick goes inside forward. Aliir. The battle's been enormous with Philthorpe. And we'll give that... Oh, there's a little flick back. That was almost a throw.
Don't tell me!
That's it! Oh, that's the goal of the day. He's done bugger all day, and he's whacked it in on his left. I think it was a flick pass.
Like a throw.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a Wayne Harms moment. It was going out of bounds.
Do you reckon it was a throw, though? It looked more like a...
Are you allowed to do that?
It looked more natural to me, more like a tap than a throw.
Here's the rival brothers.
We'll have another look at it. Very clever from Rochelle, who is a player we're talking about on the bench. I thought he just slapped it back in.
Oh, yeah, no, fair enough.
I think that's fine. And that's an elite finish. As we said, they have enough talent in their forward line to have enough moments with this amount of supply. The entries plus 21. Port Adelaide have not been able to restrict this group, and it's just given Keys, Rankin, Rochelle, and now Philthorpe enough opportunities to split this game open.
Fix, is that 7 of the last 8?
Yep.
Wow.
And the last 5 straight.
Unbelievable. 3 of those were late in the third quarter. They go for it again. Berry's had an outstanding game, but he lost possession. Port have to make something of this. Durden's pass again, beautiful. And Georgiadis on the end. Never kicked more than 2 in a showdown before tonight. He's got a chance now.
Well, this has got to go through. This is the distance and
has to
sort of the angle that makes you nervous with Georgiadis. He used to be so reliable, not anymore, but terrific from Durden off the line. Berry had burst out of the stoppage. Thought he should have tackled him. He bumped him. Ball spilt out. And then it was a terrific pickup from Drew and a nice disposal from Durden.
The margin 21. Adelaide have been running right in the last 15, 20 minutes of football. Georgiadis has to convert. King on his way, it's a beauty. He's got 3. Well done, Mitch. And Port Adelaide hang in there. The margin back to 15 points. And the game's just opened up now.
Well, it has. Once again, Port Adelaide have to open the game up. They want to get it out in space. They want to take risks. And often when you take risks, they come off and you get a score like that. Other times it goes the other way and the opposition scores. Just notice we're 6.5 minutes in. And Jason Horne-Francis has just come off for a spell. So gone hard early, comes off for a little spell, and then probably gets organised and plays the rest of the game.
Adelaide are 2 players down. Taylor Walker only played 10 minutes, did a glute muscle. Jordan Butt's out. We don't know what the problem is at the moment, but he has been ruled out. So they are 2 players down. Shouldn't be a big issue, though. 23 on the bench nowadays. Crowd getting involved. Haven't had the official number yet. It's over 50,000. And the SA Police scoreboard, speeding kills, slow down, has Adelaide leading by 15. McAndrew got up high. Saligo couldn't get it. Drew was good. Got it back to Jordan Sweet. Not a great handball. Put Durden under pressure. Big tackle by Miller. Arguably the best player on the ground.
I like the job Peatling's done on Butters in the last bit too. He sort of slowed him down, the little maestro. Goes in hard on cue there. Butters just flipped it out. Sam Berry's had a wonderful night. Kicks to the wing. Getting a bad bounce was Toby Murray. Burgon gets the crumb. The handball's terrible, though, to Burn Jones. Jones. He did the Flosbury flop and got the free kick.
I don't think there was much in that, was there?
Just on Berry, Wilds, you mentioned him. He's had 14 tackles. The next best on the ground is 6.
Gee whiz.
He's had an amazing game, I reckon.
14 tackles.
Yeah. Just his explosive power out of stoppage is really important.
He's had a bit of the ball too, hasn't he? Not just the tackles.
Gee,
So Port Adelaide have to get a wriggle on. They need Another 3 or 4 goals, you think, to possibly win the game. Up goes Whitlock. That's a beautiful mark, the big man.
Just does 1 or 2 things a game that you go, wow, this is going to be good.
Feeds it to Butters. Peatling couldn't get to him then. They kick up towards Curtin. Logan Evans there. Oh, Georgia trying to claim it. Went on 3 pairs of hands.
Hand and bounced up again.
He thought, hey, this is mine.
It's whether people in front of it touched it.
I think there are a few hands on it before his. All right, we've got a ball up. This is big for Port Adelaide. They've got to take advantage of it. They're about 35 metres out. Sweet took it, tried to kick it. Umpire said play on. Went to Whitlock, taken by Samberry. Then went out to Borlase. He had a fumble or a brain fade. Picked up by Laird. Handball wasn't good. Joe Berry tried to get out. Moraes gets it. Goes towards goal. Curtin back in the last line of defence. Takes a mark in the members' back pocket. Northern end of the Adelaide Oval. 14 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock in this final term. And the mark taken by Miller, who has been nothing short of brilliant tonight.
Particularly to half-time. He was outstanding, but Sam Berry also mounting a case. Kick back towards the wing. Seen a lot of drop marks tonight. Coming through is Rochelle, strong through the core. Neat little pass, had to be good and was. And here's Berry again.
He's been good.
I'll tell you what, he's almost Adelaide's best with Miller.
It's been their best in the second half.
14 tackles, Kane said, which is incredible. Been in one of those games.
24 touches now.
Yeah, he right up there. Kick up towards Curtin. He's got better as the game's worn on. Really slow first half. The big man bent down. Got boot to ball. Had it stolen. Ends up with Burn Jones. He's on the wing. Port Adelaide need to get back-to-back goals. The kick dropped there by Sweet. And Sam Berry mops it up again. I can smell a showdown medal for him. Here's Drew to half-forward. Worrell with speed. Took a nice mark.
Got Braden Cook out wide. Ball goes in that direction. He's been in and out of the game, but he's valued for touches. Dinky little kick's a good one. Goes out to Benny Keys. Hasn't been huge, but he's kicked 3 goals, so it's a big game. Now he finds Alex Neal-Bullen, part of the leadership group. Just slows things down on the outer wing, lowers the eyes, kicks it long inside 50. Toby Murray there. He's been very good as well. What a recruit he has been. How did Sydney let him go?
Well, that was his 6th intercept mark.
They've been good.
They are number 3 on scoring from intercepts. They found it harder tonight. The ball went out to Josh Light. There's only 2 players up in the forward line for Port Adelaide if it goes there. Big tackle by Laird. We'll have a ball up on the outer wing.
Yeah, Borlase and Georgiades, the only players almost in the front half of the ground.
Been a real down struggle there for a while, but gee, the game has opened up, as you said before. Goals coming now, thick and fast. Yep. So free kick to Port Adelaide.
Just watching Butters, he's ripping through these stoppages. In a minute, he's going to get one on the fly.
Peeling on him.
Yep.
Ollie Wine's been outstanding tonight too. Kicks to half forward. In front, Worrell just reads the ball so well. Handball to a ruckman, should not normally do that, but he did. Coming now back towards the wing. Here go the Crows. Keys, like the Roadrunner, running in and out. Now to Cook. Cook along the boundary. Delivery perfect. Finds Murray.
He moves all right, Toby Murray.
Oh, he's had a good game for a big man.
Centimetres.
A couple of goals. Just soaking up a bit of time. Port Adelaide have to get a move on. Alier in front again. Free kick. No, nothing doing. Ball is down. He got smashed. He's slow to get up, and rightly so. Berry there for Port Adelaide. Little fumble there. Rankin kept it in to Saligo, or did he? Might have gone out. 60 up from the Crows goal.
I reckon Alier could be feel a little bit hard done by. It looked like he caught one really high. He was the only player in the marking contest.
Toby Murray still there. Oh, have a look at the crowd. 53,045 people.
One of the biggest crowds we've seen ever.
Don't often see 53.
That'll be close to the record, dearly. Ball gets thrown in about 55 out. Wines has been pretty good. The handball wasn't great. Peatling, he's been influential. Drives it in forward. Alirale's been absolutely brilliant.
That's number 7. I think the record's 10 all time.
He's not happy, though. His arm's going everywhere. He says, move for me, move for me. Then does a short pass to Darcy Byrne-Jones. He's got the ball in the back pocket. Little one to Christian Moraes.
Going to try and access the corridor here.
Yeah, now gets it to Joey Richards. He's been fairly quiet. This is a good kick. Bergman, you picked it, boys. Handball goes over the top. They're out. Guess who? Zach Butters. Beautiful pass, and Mitch Georgiades. And there's a coast to coast.
Can't stop that as a backman. No, impossible.
You can't stop that on Georgiades because he had full access to the whole of the inside 50. Butters with no pressure on him, time and space, bang. But it was the kick from Richards, wasn't it?
Yep.
Through the middle of the ground to Bergman. Forward handball to Butters. That's their best piece of play from back 50 to forward 50 tonight. Started with the intercept from Aaliyah.
Adelaide leading by 15 points. They were 26 points up on St Kilda and coughed up their lead. So they're not convincing at the moment, the Crows. So this is a massive kick. He's kicked 3 goals already. Starts to the right. It stays to the right. It was an awful kick.
Got too close to the man on the mark and then had to wheel out to the right.
Wow.
So Chunt's gone begging there for the power. The margin back to 14.
Plenty of time, Willie. 10 minutes remaining.
Yeah, only halfway through the final quarter. Big crowd, 53,000. Beautiful night here in Adelaide. Earlier tonight, it was Fremantle coming back from way behind to win by a couple of goals.
It's a really poor kick from Bond.
Seen that all night, Biggs. Some really bad decisions. Live with the footy. He jams it to centre half forward. McKinley's been quiet tonight. Couldn't take the mark. Moraes also caught by Rankin. Ball up 30 out from Port's goal. Port forward 50 here for the pack, and they find some little bit of magic. Who's going to provide it? Saligo's second half really good. Joey Richards had it, lost it on all four. Applies a big tackle on Rankin. Scragged him, jumped on him.
Lairdy at the bottom of the pack there, so we've got a ball up. 55 out. All right, clearance all important. In the ruck is Thilthorpe. Went down towards Saligo. That was good. Got a handball out. No one in particular. Taken by Burgoyne. Wrapped up by Keys. So they advance another 8 metres.
This is tight footy, isn't it? Lots of tackling.
It is heavy going out there. In the ruck, Thilthorpe beats Vicentini. Ware is there. Couldn't take it. Keys got it out to Peatling. Used his body brilliantly. Then got the handball smothered. Tried to get it out towards Thilthorpe. Ware got the kick away, but it's taken by Rankin. Looks like he's almost playing a kick behind the play, the little magician. Now he's called to play on, goes out really wide. This is dangerous. It's a 2-on-2. Lai punches it towards the boundary line. Moraes is there. All over him is Saligo. Umpire says dead heat. Will ball it up with 9 minutes 10 remaining on the clock. It's Adelaide by 14.
Thilthorpe's been influential. He's gone into the ruckies against Vicentini, really getting his hand on it.
Good game of footy. Adelaide looking for their 4th win for the night. Here they go now. Kick to full forward. Where's O'Leary's down back? He's taken it again.
Tell you what.
That's 8.
Oh, he's good. He is so good.
Near watch here for the record.
Yeah.
He's a great player.
He equalled it against Richmond.
I think there's a lot of people, a lot of players on 10. I don't think anyone's got to 11.
I reckon Harris Andrews.
Turnover.
Joe.
Here we go again. Trying to bend down there was Curtin. Ball slips out the back there. Gee, coming through Mike Laney 100 mile an hour. But Eli's a great player to call, Kim. You just know he's going to get it. A bit like Darren Jarman used to.
He just uses his body so well, and he's so experienced as opposed to Toby Murray.
If they get up and win, he'd certainly be a worthy showdown medalist. But Adelaide still with their nose in front, a couple of goals plus. Right, is Moraes what's happened here? Free kick to Port Adelaide.
Been good wines, so this will be number 26
Outstanding.
for him. Yeah.
All right, the SA Police scoreboard. Speed and kills slow down. Adelaide leading by 14 points. Port Adelaide with the football across the half-back flank. Members side. This is the showdown on AFL Nation for Didi. Yes, I Didi. Kick goes up the centre half forward. Oh, big strong mark taken there. That was good, McKinley.
Yep,
hardly seen him all night.
No, been quiet.
Plays on with a handball. Gets it over the best kick in the business. Farrell drives it in along. It's a 2-on-2. Oh, Joey Berry. He hasn't done a lot, but he's taken a brilliant mark, and he plays on and just got the kick away for a goal. Margin down to 9 points. That's a McGain real estate mark of the day. And I tell you what, it's a goal of the day contender as well, thanks to Credit Union SA.
The kick from Farrell was just the penetration, because there wasn't a whole lot forward of the ball, but he just got it over the back of the Adelaide defence, and it was a really clever mark from Berry, who's had an almost night. And that's a big moment for him. Probably his best moment. Made sure of it.
I think that's why he played on.
Yeah, he didn't want to have the set shot from 12 metres out slot angle. He wanted to make sure of it. Just stuck it through the post. But game on here.
Oh, dearie me.
Another showdown classic.
You had to just go back a little bit further when McKinley took a really good mark. Thilthorpe, there was about 3 Adelaide players there. And one of the smallest guys in the pack takes a mark in front. And that was the origin of that goal.
7th goal in 20 games, but you can tell the boy can play. Good mark, good finish, but the kick, as Kane said from Farrell, just exquisite. 70 plays 62. Game on, plenty of time left. Horn Francis got tackled by Berry.
Oh,
my
goodness. No.
Wow, that's holding the ball, if anything.
Oh, stay out of it, umpires. Seriously.
So Jason Horn Francis said no Kane night, but not by his standards normally everywhere. He's got nothing on. So he goes to the half-forward flank, or almost a push out there to Berry. He looked at the umpire and said, where's the push? Nothing doing.
I don't know a supporter around the world that just wouldn't rather let the players play, pick the obvious ones, do not over-umpire.
Just play on, I agree with that one.
Yeah.
It's neither here nor there, but they found a free kick. Todd Marshall there, been pretty quiet tonight. Ball tossed in. Sweet. Love their duel. Ends up with Isaac Cumming on his left boot towards Murray. He's had a really breakout night for the young man. So here's Berry. Just about my best on ground tonight. He's been outstanding. Now to Burn Jones to Butters. Butters always plays well. Little short, dinky kick. It was okay. Now to Farrell, back to Butters. Does the 1-2. Where's he going to go? Short again and finds Evans.
Got Alir out wide.
Yeah, and he handballs to Alir. Let's see what the big fella can do. He says, I'm going to kick it long, so he does. Front position. Oh, Mick Mark taking Whitlock.
Jeez, you can blame
Port Adelaide could drag it back to 6 points. Next kick, really important. The big fella can't kick 58. I don't think. Goes out wide. Still too far out for Jacob
McKinley's
Ware.
on his own.
Yeah, McKinley. Adelaide happy for him to have that in the pocket, I think. Ware plays on, too far out. So he goes to the hot spot, drives it in long. Big mark, taken Whitlock.
Wow.
Unopposed. The margin will be 2 points. Adelaide got out to 21.
He passed it the first time, didn't he?
He took the big contested mark outside 50 and then just drifted down.
Who's on him?
Worrell's on him, but he was expecting the ruckman in McAndrew to run and jump at it. He didn't jump, then everyone turned around and looked at each other.
Uncontested.
The best rivalry in football. You never know which way they're going to go. We're in for another really close one. 6 minutes remaining. If the young fella, Jack Whitlock, puts it through, and he does, margin back to 2 points on the SA Police. Stick to the speed limit, think road safety scoreboard.
He's a future star, this lad.
Wow, and let's not forget, Josh Carr never lost the Showdown as a player. This is his first one as a coach.
Yep.
Well, it's quite inconceivable that it was a slow entry. It's gone to the top of the goal square. There's 4 Crows players against 4 Port Adelaide players. And Whitlock takes the mark uncontested.
It was Worrell's man.
Yeah.
I think a third of the showdowns have been decided by less than 12 points. It's remarkable how often it's close, even when the teams at different ends of the table. 21 minutes gone. We've had a couple of thrillers this year. This is another one, you think. Who's going to win, Bix? Who's your tip? Can Adelaide hold on?
Oh, who would know? Who would know?
Remember the mark
You'd be guessing. There's no rhyme or reason to this.
Last year, the Kane mark saved Adelaide in the first showdown. They got walloped in the second. Sweet tried to ship it out now to Butters, got caught.
It's been a tough game. There's been lots of tackling. If you've got a contested footy, you've really earned it tonight.
Chialia, as we mentioned, he's held Port Adelaide, kept him in the game. The big fella down back, been outstanding. Cook now caught. Where? She could have been holding the ball, should have been. Ollie Wines ducked down, coming through Berry, got tackled, absorbs the pressure for Berry. That must be 15 or 16 tackles down to Berry. So time ticking away, 10-10 to 16 tackles game.
This is the Showdown on AFL Nation for DDSIDD. Kim Dillon, David Wildy, Mark Bickley, Kane Corns with you on a Friday night. Butters at the bottom of the pack. Umpire blows the whistle. That ball's going nowhere.
17?
I'd love to know 17.
What's a record?
What a Showdown record would be.
Yeah, I remember Lipper had 20-odd one day, but that's incredible.
Ball's now with Soligo. Adelaide get the clearance. Not a lot of purchase on it. On his left boot, around his body. Playing for a free kick was Keys, taken by Rankin. Handball over the top. Goes to Neil Bullen. Needs to hit a target. They go inside 50. Taking the mark. Philgood, no. And the cavalry arrives in the form of Alir, and he forces the ball over the boundary line, left forward pocket.
So Shelley pleading his case there.
Did a good job, I thought, Evans, in the one-on-one. Not known for his one-on-one strengths, but it's been pretty good in those battles tonight.
So the margin is only a couple of points. Adelaide with their nose in front, but more importantly, they've got it right forward. Looked like a throw there from Wines. Ball tossed back. Cook went up. Here's Berry again working overtime. Crows now through Cumming. They come from all angles. Coming in up with the footy. Gets around by 2. He's been done holding the ball. Took on the third. Couldn't get past.
Good decision.
Twinton, keep it on the time clock. We have just hit the 23.5-minute mark.
Horn Francis forward, so he's the one they've gone, go win us the game, Jason.
Lloyd didn't read the ball well, but wins the free kick. No, yeah, he's going to come back.
Yeah, front on contact.
Yep. He's had a couple of big falls tonight. Led can play though. Kicks along the wing. In front there was Mike Kane.
He needs some drop punt practice this week.
He's got a couple of finger breakers tonight.
The old Stephen Kernan there, but he used to pop them through the middle too.
Get the best players on the ground now. Get them all on. Bell is on the interchange side, so Richards back on, Jones back on for Port Adelaide.
That boundary update there, thanks to Green Door Pathways. Ball goes down to ground level again. Berry's been huge in the second half. Handball was smothered though. Good work by Joey Richards.
It's a battle Bix with Horn Francis. Do you want him up around this clearance, bursting out of stoppage, or do you want him deep forward? It's a really difficult one. I think I'd rather him around the ball.
I agree. I'd rather him be winning it at least, locking it in your front half.
You won't be saying that if they get this clearance.
That's true.
I like the look of him one-on-one in the goal square at the moment. Will they get the clearance? Yes, they do. Comes out to Wines, goes to Butters like a blowfly in a bottle. He's just darting everywhere. Kicks to centre half forward. There was a push there. Free kick Adelaide with a hole.
Full of Guernsey.
And the crowd says about time. They feel like they've got a rough draw or rough call with the free kicks. We'll check the numbers. It's where you get
18 to 19.
18 to 19. I think there's been some dodgy ones for both sides. Ball goes to the outer side. Good mark taken by DBJ.
Yeah, the veteran now marks on the outer wing.
You just want to change the angle. You don't want to get caught going kick to kick like the schoolyard, because Adelaide defend this pretty well.
There's under 4 minutes left to go in this epic showdown. 59. Horn Francis up early, but Worrell read it best and took him again. Real estate mark of the night, works it out wide.
And that's why. Stuck on the same line is no good.
To Neil Bullen, just a fraction high over his head it was.
Adelaide need to be smart here.
Just got to keep their head.
Alex Neil Bullen. All these games seem to go down to the wire. Not the last showdown, that was 98 points. There's Alira again. Handball to his opposite. In field for Berry again. We'll get his stats been outstanding. A player down, umpire said nothing doing. Big tackle, centre half forward. It's all happening. 25 gone.
How's the push here? Fair enough. That was Marshall, he collapsed. Ball gets thrown up right on the 50-metre line. Things are getting really tense. Down on the ground in the box. Umpire said, what? A throw.
Free kick, Port Adelaide.
A throw. Need to see the replay, thanks to Rival Brothers, keeping Adelaide going. Taste the difference. Great coffee roasters.
Sweet looking for a short one.
Oh, I just feel like the momentum's with Port Adelaide. Oh, no! Have a look at the kicks got off the side of the book. They might get out of trouble, though. Loose ball taken by Bergman. Handball was terrible. Reaching for it was Curtin. Punches the ball forward. Diving on it was brilliant. Zach Taylor got at the keys. Quick handball to Miller. 50 metres out. He's kicked a goal! The best goal of his life. And a might win in the showdown medal. Adelaide by 8 points on the SA Police scoreboard.
Unbelievable.
You could just... Oh, hang on. Free kick.
What happened?
Goodness, a shepherding free kick.
We'll come back to that. Mr. Lear's now got the footies. Game is out.
Oh, my goodness.
So many twists and turns. There was 2:24 left on the clock. Maybe next goal wins. Marshall now, if there is a goal.
Normally you have to murder someone on the line.
Marshall's kick was pinpoint. It's beautiful. To Bergman. Here we go. Port Adelaide got a play in the pocket. Can they get it there? They do towards Georgiadis at the back of the pack. George goes after it, keeps it in. Durden! Round the body to Whitlock. It's a point the difference.
Bix called the draw.
1.148 on.
Wow.
70-69.
Here's the replay. Oh no! That's legal. That's within 5 metres.
That's the worst call I've ever seen.
That has been happening since Adam was playing at halfback for Jerusalem. Oh, that's just a bad decision. Oh, I tell you what, we'll hear a lot about this one if Adelaide go down. Ball comes out. Sweet takes the mark. We got 1:40 left on the clock.
What's he going to do this time with Sweet?
Now Sweet kicks to the left forward pocket. It's a 3-on-3. Horndog was at the front of the pack, got his hands on it. Oh, it is tight. It is tense. It is showdown 59.
80 seconds to go.
This time last year they lost with the Kane mark when they were going into attack. Well, they've got a chance again. They've got it where they want it, Port Adelaide. Who's going to provide the bit of brilliance? Been a real slog tonight for both teams. The Crows up by 1 point. Can we have a draw? Big score. Here's a chance for Dillon. Throws over the Berry direction. Players converge from all angles. Bickley ran straight over the line. But after the game, there's so many questions asked about so many decisions.
That last one was a shocker tonight.
There was the arc that overturned a goal with inconclusive evidence. So Adelaide will feel really hard done by if
Port Adelaide
this goes against them.
Have to make something here. There's only seconds remaining. Ball tossed up, Sweet. He came out of the pack. They all jump on it again. 40 metres out.
Adelaide have got to be careful with the squirting kick out that goes straight to a spare Port Adelaide player, Farrell on 50.
Ball thrown up 40 metres away from Port Adelaide's goal. There's about a minute remaining and Adelaide lead by 2 points after the goal was disallowed. Now we'll have another ball up. Now, 45 metres out.
Want to keep the ball in play but in tight so it doesn't stop the clock but keeps it in their control.
And nearly a loose ball came out the wide. That was good. Berry has a snap.
He's got it.
He's kicked it. He's put Port Adelaide in front and they lead by 4 points. Oh my goodness. Joe Berry kicks his second.
I tell you what, there's going to be a riot here if Adelaide lose this.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Oh, look, full credit to Port Adelaide, but wow, take us through this, boys.
Oh, it was Wines bursting through the front of the stoppage. Outstanding from Ollie Wines. And 30 disposals now, 6 clearances for Wines. Been enormous.
Yeah, he's had a big game. And Lear too. I mean, getting the Showdown medal looked like a certain Adelaide win. Miller and Berry. And now what happens?
Berry kicking both his goals on Bond as well, so he won't want to see that. He let him off the chain.
A player from the losing team win it? They can.
Yeah, they have before.
Yeah, I know. They might today.
Port Adelaide lead unbelievably by 5 points. All about the centre bounce here now.
Fair dinkum.
They got Rankin in there. They've got Berry. He's got it out many times tonight. Saligo. They've been brave tonight, the power. Ball to ground. Wines, he's been huge. Durden, free kick to who? The Crows. It's going to...
Rankin. 40 seconds left.
So Rankin's got it. He's going to go home. They need a mark. They kick the centre half forward. Here's Philthorpe. Here's Aaliyah. Players dive from everywhere. Bergman did well. Now to Butters. Through on the boot. Here's Miller. They took his last goal of him. They try and take the ball off him there. Kern. Here's Cook. Can Cook answer? Cook can answer. Unbelievable. What a game. A game of twisted turns.
Goodness.
The Cookie Monster has arrived. Well played. Well done, Adelaide. A gripping game. An incredible game. Goal for goal. And there is how long left?
11 seconds.
Wow. It's not over.
53,000 people have just erupted at the Adelaide Oval. And Cook has arrived as a player this year. And what a way to announce yourself.
Gee. It's probably kept Adelaide's season alive now. I mean,
it's not done yet.
Well,
They've
beat St Kilda by a point.
It's not done yet. 10 seconds to go. Some weird things can happen in showdowns. What a game of footy.
Jeez, the doctor.
Get Horn Francis in the middle.
Alrighty, we've got, we'll wait for it officially.
Incredible.
I think we've got 10 seconds, massive moment, biggest moment for Braden Cook. Here we go, this is the showdown. Up high, ball goes down to Berry, couldn't take it. Butters tried to get it out, the ball's loose. Ollie Wines is there, tried to soccer, had an airy, picked up by Berry, kicks across his body. Mark taken by Kane, that's the game. He knows it. He knows it. I can't hear the siren, but that's the game. I think it's gone. It has. There's the music. Let's have a listen.
We're courageous, stronger, faster, and respected by our foes. Admiration of the nation, our determination shows. We're the pride of South Australia. We're the mighty Adelaide Crows.
Well, we know Kane has to go. He's got commitments with AFL.com. I got the scores all wrong. Adelaide get up by what? 1 point. 1 point. There was so much happening. Your passing thoughts before you go, Kane?
Just what another chapter to an amazing rivalry. The best rivalry in the game. There's no doubt about that. An absolute epic. I feel like the better team won. It feels like that. Yeah. You can hear the crowd booing the umpires off for that reason. But what a moment for that young man, Cook, the biggest of his career. And just one that we'll remember for a long, long time. And I thought Adelaide's season was done if they lost that. So season very much still
Kane,
alive off the back of that.
We said Cook's arrived. Sam Berry's arrived too.
Yeah.
He's a player now. An amazing game. Yeah, you got his stats in front of it.
29 touches, 17 contested, 7 inside 50s, 5 clearances, but most importantly, 18 tackles, which must be...
He's got to win the medal.
It would have to be a Showdown record, 18 tackles.
Well, Kano, you've got to go off and submit your votes. Thank you for tonight, and we'll tune in on Monday with Fireball. Hopefully you'll be talking about this one. All righty, we've got a little bit of time up our sleeves, boys. We've got another 12 minutes to go through all the awards. If we can all breathe. Apologies with the scores. It was all happening that quick. Adelaide get up by 1 point. Ken, I don't want to detract from the game. It was an arm wrestle. There were bad decisions for both sides. Too many times the umpires imposing themselves on the game, and I don't want to make it about the umpires. But how on earth was that Wayne Miller a kick disallowed because the player is shepherded on the line?
Yeah, like I mentioned in the call, you normally have to murder someone on the line. You see people holding on, you see them pushing, they generally let it go.
Let's go down and hear from Riley Filthorpe.
Filthy, what an experience that was, mate.
What a game. It's always a cracker against Port, and went down to the wire, and Braden Cook, the GOAT.
Unbelievable. Let's have a look at the goal on the big screen right now. Braden Cook with the sealer to get this done in a Showdown 59. Is it going to play for us? Please get up there on the big screen because it is quite amazing. Sure. Talk us through what you're thinking right here, mate.
Kick it to me. Oh, looks good. Okay, good decision.
Unbelievable. Mate, let's talk about your game. Big Texan went down early in the first quarter. Alir wore you like a cheap suit, mate. He was fantastic, but you showed so much character as well. Well done to your performance.
It was a tough day for me personally. Just brought it back to contests, and having Tex out, a big emphasis on setting up early and being that voice that he brings. But I thought Toby Murray, Joshua Shelley, Ranks, I thought everyone played a great game.
The second half was unbelievable, mate. 53,000 in the house, if you don't mind. So close to capacity. How about this crowd? They just keep on turning up.
Best fans in the league. We appreciate it and love you all.
Filthy, thank you so much for your time, mate. Appreciate it.
No worries. Thank you.
All right, we've got a little bit to get through. We hopefully will be able to get the Showdown medalists in there.
I'm thinking they'll give it to Miller, but I think Berry deserves it tonight.
Well, I would be going Miller at 3, Berry 2, and Alir 1. What do you be doing,
Yeah, very similar to that, I reckon. But you know what? Miller was outstanding in the first half when everything was going against Adelaide. Then Berry was so big in the last half. He was enormous. And then Alir in the last quarter, single-handedly, he was like the Berlin Wall. You could not get over him or past him. And to take 8 intercept marks against good opposition, he was just enormous as well. So, yeah, it would be a really difficult one, but
29 possessions, 18 tackles. Sam
got
Berry.
19 tackles by the
boys. We have to be out in 8 minutes, so people can get on to Finey and start making a few phone calls and tell us what they thought of the Showdown if they were watching or listening. Let's jump into it. Adelaide got up by 1 point in an absolute thriller. It was staggering. This is the Showdown. Thanks to AFL Nation for DDS IDD. Who was the best defender? Thanks to Murray Pest Control.
Well, it's two.
And I reckon in terms of pure defence, I think Alir, when you take 8 intercept marks and you're on
Filthorpe.
Yeah, and resolute is what he was. I think Alir gets that Murray Pest Control.
All right, just getting it. Oh, here we go. We'll go down to Jess Adamson now with the announcement for the Showdown medal.
The Children's Charity of South Australia has joined with both the Adelaide Football Club and the Port Adelaide Football Club to help make a greater impact on the lives of local children in need. This partnership sees both clubs compete to hold up the prestigious Variety Showdown Shield. Tonight, the Showdown medal will be presented to the player judged best of field in tonight's game. We're joined by Variety SA Chair Selina Bushell and Variety Scholarship participant Kai Plummer to present tonight's Showdown medal and Showdown Shield. And the winner of the Showdown medal is Sam Berry.
Yeah, good call. Good call.
Yeah, I think we're happy with that, aren't we, guys?
Yeah, like I say,
that's his first one.
Happy with either. But he's emerged this year, hasn't he, Sam Berry?
We'll hear a little bit from Sam, then we'll get through these awards.
He was good. He was big.
Yeah, I mean, what a game.
how good a Showdowns. Big thanks to Port. Again, cracking contest. Thanks everyone for coming out, and cheers.
Man, a few words.
Yeah,
I just
not
wonder,
bad, man.
if Port Adelaide had a one, does Aaliyah win the medal? I think there's that perception, isn't there, that the winner comes from the winning team.
He's a bull now, Barry, isn't he, Bix?
Oh, he's just explosive, the running power that he has.
All right, well, 53,045 fans, massive crowd.
Alex Neil-Bullen, acting skipper tonight, who'll just about to receive the trophy.
He did some good things tonight too, always gutsy and he hard.
That's 6 out of 7 now, isn't it?
Firstly, thank you to Rd8 for your partnership with the Showdown. Both South Australian clubs are very proud to partner with such a great organisation. To Josh Carr and your team, you're having a great season. It's a privilege to have this healthy rivalry, and we'll see you again later in the year. To our boys, so bloody proud, and to our fans, we bloody love you. Well done.
He spoke really well. All right, let's get into it, boys. The best defender, thanks to Murray Pest Controller. You're naming 2.
No, I'm going with Aaliyah. In the true word of defence, I think he defended better.
Pest problem, no problem with the team from Murray's. If you just switched on, Adelaide got up by a point with only about 11 seconds to go. Who made it look simple? No one. Well, thanks to Revo Fitness, training made simple.
This is probably the one where you can say Wayne Miller was the one. And even right to the very end, he was the player that handballed the ball, that got his hands free, that started the chain, that got it to Braden Cook, who ended up kicking the winner. So to Miller, he made it look simple for much of the night.
Revo Fitness, no lock-ins, 24/7 gyms. If you want to look like Biggs or Big Chad Corns from just $9.69 per week, get up early, do the work, and you'll look like them. Hey, the stylish moment for Kixo Styling, thanks to the team out there. Adam, he's an absolute ripper, turning oh no inspections into oh wow moments.
Yeah, Bix, I thought the goal from young Berry for Port Adelaide was quite stylish, the last one.
Well, and Braden Cook was stylish all night. I just thought in a game where it was there was so much congestion and there was a lot of mistakes. Most times when
it's a moment, not necessarily.
Yeah, when he got the ball, hard to go past the moment with seconds on the clock, being able to go back or in play and kick it running almost away from the goal. He had to kick it off the outside of his shoe. That was super impressive.
I love it, and we love the support from Kixo Styling. That is Kixo, Kixo Styling. If you're selling your house, get in touch with your real estate agent and get them to style the house. Thanks to Kixo, you'll make zillions out of it.
Tell you what, Adam, he's a pretty stylish man too.
Oh, he is.
Adam Duquesne.
Had a couple of, the Duke he's known. Been out with him on a few nights when he wears that 1960 navy blue velour jacket.
That's coming back, though. That's coming back.
Is it? I keep telling him that.
The cravat's not, though.
I love it. You love it too. McGain Real Estate, mark of the day. McGain Real Estate, sold by McGain again. You're GM of the company. What was the mark of the day?
Well, who took it? There was one really...
Whitlock took a beauty.
Whitlock.
Whitlock.
He actually took a couple of really nice marks, but I just love the way he went about it. Just took an absolute specky. And as we mentioned throughout the night, his frame is still filling out. He's got so much upside to go, but he's already becoming a really important player for Port Adelaide.
We might have time to look at a couple of stats, but I genuinely felt, and people will go, this is AFL Nation, it's not Crows Nation, it's not Port Nation. I tipped Adelaide. I think they were the better side. Well, they deserved to win in the end. They would have been really unlucky, and that's mainly due to some just incredibly confusing umpiring decisions. The goal of the day and the goal of the year contender for Credit Union SA, kicking goals in personal banking.
I think it was probably Joe Berry's late to get Port Adelaide in front.
We saw some beauties. Rankin's goal, Butter's goal, Cook's. Berry's goal, Cook's goal, Keys' goal.
Yeah, there were lots of good goals, but I just love the fact it was so tight. There'd been about 3 or 4 ball-ups in a row, and finally Ollie Wines just bullocked his way through, released the handball, and Berry must have known if he kicks that, he's probably think he's win the game.
Joe Berry.
And and he did it absolutely beautifully, bent it back. It was a really tough shot. So that's the goal of the day.
Everyone misses goals, but Mitch Georgiades once again had some set shots that full forward should be kicking.
Yeah, 30 out, dead in front. Kicked a couple of good ones, but certainly had the opportunity to kick 2 more.
And Toby Murray kicked a couple of beauties.
Oh, he did 2 in a row in that third term, and Adelaide was struggling till that happened. Look, either side probably deserved to win, but
exactly.
What a crowd.
Exactly.
So, Bix, if you were doing your 1, 2, 3, yours were?
Well, I would have went with Miller for the 3. I would have went with Berry for the 2, and I would have went with 1 to Aaliyah. But you could have thrown a blanket over Miller, Berry and Aliir for that matter. You know, to my point, if Port Adelaide win, I think Aliir probably wins the medal. I think there's this... I don't know. The
trouble is you've got to make your call 10 minutes before.
I think they've changed that.
Yeah,
now.
no, they
You can wait now to the end of the game. But, gee, it was a difficult one because at different stages throughout the game, they all had just moments of brilliance. And Miller, as I said, just thought he actually kicked the goal, which would have been the winner, which was disallowed, very unluckily. And then he was pivotal in getting the ball out to Cook, who then
best game I've seen Berry play by a mile, though. Like, he's come of age.
I cannot wait for this game to be picked apart and see what all the experts say about that free kick and the goal that wasn't awarded, unless we don't know the rules. All right, we've got 20 seconds to go, boys. Yeah, there were some shocking ones, the one that Butters got as well. All right, magical game, an absolute beauty. Adelaide getting up by 1 point.
Chad Corns here. Kimbo and I are back for the run home, firing up from 2:30 this Monday on your home of sport, SEN SA.
Looking for an affordable SUV? Check out a Cherry Tiggo 4Urban from $23,990 drive away at Alan Mance Motors.
Finey's Final Siren on SEN.
What a night of football. What a cracking evening. A doubleheader, and both of them were absolute rippers. Exciting games of football that went right down to the wire. A fair bit of controversy at Adelaide Oval. I can tell you the right team won just on the basis of a decision that has me absolutely gobsmacked. Boy, oh boy, that goal by Wayne Malera looked like it sealed the business for the Adelaide Crows, but it wasn't paid for a goal line infringement, the type that we see and have seen a million times over, but this time it was paid. Wowza. Joe Berry kicks the goal, and you'd think there'd be all hell break loose in Adelaide with their hometown support. Of course, it was an Adelaide home game. But the last word to Braden Cook. What an amazing finish. 1 point, the final margin. The second time in 3 weeks that Adelaide Oval has seen the Crows get up by a point. Their season hasn't quite clicked into gear like 2025, but that's an invaluable victory. Takes them to 4-4, and maybe they can springboard from there. The other game of the doubleheader tonight, of course, was played in Victoria at Marvel Stadium between the Plucky Doggies and the 7-in-a-row Dockers. When they're on fire, the Dockers have every ingredient of a team that can go all the way and win a premiership. I tell you what, have they got some stars in that side when they're up and running and going. The likes of Shai Bolton, who was brilliant tonight and kicked the sealing goal, Luke Jackson, Alex Pearce, Josh Tracy, Andrew Brayshaw, Caleb Sarong, Hayden Young, who's missed so much football, was brilliant tonight. But at times they don't click into gear, and that's when the opposition has an opening. But this season, Fremantle, unlike years gone by when they've failed to win games that they should have learnt or got that winning habit. So 7 in a row, well done to the Dockers. Much to like for the Doggies tonight, but they couldn't get over the line. I tell you what, they showed a lot of character after being headed and trailing by 28 points in the last quarter. You would have thought that was it. They'd given it its best shot, the game its best shot. But they came back and got within 5 points after a goal by McNeil. As I said, Shai Bolton putting the game beyond doubt in a 30 disposal game, kicked the winning goal. So fair play to him, fair play to the Dockers, fair play to the Doggies, fair play to the Crows, fair play to Port Adelaide, fair play last night to both Collingwood and Hawthorn. No team can hang their head in shame this week thus far. Plenty to discuss. Gee, last night's game was a ripper as well, the draw between the Pies and the Hawks. So it's been a great start to this round of AFL football. Let's get into calls. The number to call, 1300 736 736. Text 0433 98 11 16. And we're here, of course, thanks to Alan Mann's Motors. And if you're looking for an affordable SUV, check out the Cherry Tiggo 4 Urban. Only $23,990 drive away from Alan Mann's Motors. It's a great vehicle. And at that price, gee, you can't go past Alan Mann's Motors. Footscray, Melton and Bacchus Marsh. Speaking of the text machine, piss off you flog, the right team won. Are you a friggin' moron? Anyhow, look, I deal with idiots. It's just how it is. Piss off you flog, the right team won. I said it would have been a gross injustice had the Adelaide Crows not win after one of the worst and most baffling decisions went against them in the lead-up to that mad last minute of football. The right team won. Anyhow, why should I explain myself to a fool? Off the text, Finey, if the Crows lost, that would have been disgraceful. The umpiring was disgusting. Well, look, I didn't see a lot of that game because I was watching Fremantle getting that win over the Doggies. But as I said, I have watched football for nigh on 5 decades, and that goal taken off Wayne Miller defied description because we've seen it a million times. We know as the ball's going through that the forward has certainly liberties he can take against a backman that doesn't normally occur around the ground. But that one, in fact, wasn't particularly outstanding. It was just an amazing decision to take that goal off the Adelaide Crows. And when Joe Berry kicked the goal that put Port Adelaide in front, I was thinking, we have got injustice on our hands. But justice prevailed because that great final goal by Braden Cook was enough to get the points. Let's go to our callers. Peter is in Nunawading. Good evening, Peter.
G'day, Viney. How are you?
Very good, thanks, mate.
Look, I'm a crow man. But, I should feel elated, but I still feel really angry about the Wayne Miller goal, mainly because it just feels, as a Crow supporter, it just feels like all these really bad, obvious decisions that everybody knows about and that the AFL apologise to the club always seems to happen with us in the last few years. And when that Port Adelaide player kicked the goal, I thought, oh, here we go again. Like, I just could not believe it. The rage inside me is just unbelievable.
That's exactly what I thought. I thought, oh, my God, we're going back to Ben Keys and the Sydney Swans because there's no good apologising to a team afterwards. I mean, that is just an extraordinary umpiring decision, not for any other reason than you and I and everybody listening to this program that's watched football in any amount over the last few years, over the last few decades, knows that that's a goal. It's never, ever overturned. I can't believe it was overturned. But
and I thought, before Braden kicked the goal, I thought, well, we've lost this, and I was just anticipating another call from the AFL to say, oh, yeah, that was a mistake. And I just think this is happening too many times for the Crows. What is happening? Is there something going on? What is happening? What's going on? You know?
I'd love to know what I guess I had no idea who the umpire was that made that decision, but I'll be very surprised if he's blowing the whistle in the ones next week. That being said, umpires make mistakes. You see, look, it's one thing to make a mistake, and you can make a mistake in the heat of action. You can fail to pay a holding the man, a dropping the ball too high. But this was not in a contested situation with a number of players around the ball. It wasn't a high-speed marking contest. This was just a ball sailing through for a goal, and it was just unbelievable. Hi, Finey. Look, let's do this together, Peter. Hi, Finey. Could you please fill in listeners who didn't hear or watch the Malera decision? Okay, so Adelaide are 5 points up, and there's about 1:30 left on the clock. The ball finds its way to Wayne Millerer, who's close to best on ground, by the way. Actually, pretty unlucky not to get the medal, even though Sam Berry was brilliant. And to cap off a brilliant night's work from about 40 metres out on the run, on a 45-degree angle, he kicks, the ball sails through. Josh Rochelle is there. Now, I'm not quite sure who the Port Adelaide defender was, but the ball has clearly cleared the Port Adelaide defender's hand. He hasn't got anywhere near it. And as the ball's going through, he's off balance and Josh Rochelle pushes him. And he goes tumbling over the line. We've seen it a million times. It's not even... We've seen a lot worse on the goal line in terms of shepherding to allow a goal go through. This one actually had no impact on the ball going through. And incredibly, the umpire paid the free kick to Port Adelaide, kept them in the game. The ball ends up down the other end of the ground, and Joe Berry, with 27 seconds left on the clock, snaps magnificently to put Port Adelaide in front. We are about to